engine screaming. It's one hell of a ride if you've got the guts to hold it. Focus on the line, don't look back. Bill Calder Retreads, the Dirt Division. Green flag, drop the hammer.
Team Holloway Racing Graphics is your one-stop vinyl shop. We specialize in RC racing of all scales. We do full-size race cars as well. Have a sign that needs done, vehicles lettered, we can do it. PT Speed Shop. We rebuild quarter-scale motors, break them in, dyno them, and get you back to victory lane. We have a parts store opening soon. Check it out at ptspeedshop.com. Check us out at teamholloway.com. We would love to take care of your vinyl needs.
A&J Custom Creations, every design starts with your vision. From natural wood to sleek acrylic, we transform materials into stunning creations. Hands-on craftsmanship meets cutting-edge technology. No two projects are the same, because your ideas are unique. And bring your ideas to life with A&J Custom Creations. Contact us today at andyp@gmail.com or by text at 570-982-0685 for your custom CNC project in wood or acrylic.
All right, good evening, race fans. We're here tonight, and we got a good one, man. Normally, we got the Bill Calder Retread series here tonight. It still is, but we're doing something special tonight for, and I've been talking about it the last several seasons, the Bill Calder Memorial, and tonight we're going to celebrate Bill Calder. And right now, we're heading into a driver introduction, and I'm going to hand it off over here to Zach Chapman real quick. And, folks, it's going to be a good night, man. Zach, floor is yours.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do it a little differently here, though. We're going to have the guys pull off in order. Well, I guess we can our own numerical order. What works for us here? We're going to have some 3-digit numbers go first. I believe if all goes according to plan, the first driver to pull off should be that 012 machine of Bob Curtis. As Roger, I think he's getting up in here, and I see him up here in our Discord. He's going to kind of be the middleman here and let Bob know we're ready to go. But he's got a couple sponsors there on the list he'd like us to mention here for tonight. We got Compass Speedway, Pizza Ranch. As always, he's in the 012 machine, and he's driving out of Arkansas City, Kansas. Of course, is Bob Curtis. I don't see him rolling out. Oh, no, we're on him. There we go. He's rolling out. Bob Curtis pulling out. And he's got the old, the regular old iRacing paint job there on the front. I dig that thing for Bob Curtis. Let's see here. I want to change up my scheme a little bit. Me a different screen now. We should have pulling out on the racetrack next. One of my favorites, the Iron Man in the 014, G.J. Boydell. He's out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Sponsored by the Piggy Bank, Glass Cookie Jar, and Rolled Up Pennies. And I'm telling you, he's going to be a contender for tonight. He's going to be a guy to keep your eye on in that 014 machine. Up next should be the driver of the 055. And, well, I always called him Mr. Wednesday Night because I did Hometown Heroes for a long time on Wednesdays. And I'm telling you, this guy shows up when I'm up here in the booth. Expect to see him on the podium, Joe. He never disappoints. The SRC Sim Racing Concept Team out of Kansas City, Kansas, in that double nickel. Brian Moore Sr., he's going to park it there on the front stretch. Next up, we've got the Hairball Industries driving out of Sedgwick, Colorado, the Deuce, Mark Billen. And Mark Billen is somebody who I don't know if he's new to you, but he just got introduced to me this year, and he's a pretty dang good driver. He's caught my league by storm. Okay, I get him on, I believe it's Wednesday nights there with the Cenex Racing Group, and man, he's new to me, but he is dang quick. He always knows how to run that thing. Next up should be the 17 machine out of Phoenix, Arizona, Mark Ozier. Don't see any sponsors or teams listed. So Ed Harris is coming out. He's okay. Just a little hiccup there, and I don't know if Joe Halter is going to be coming out in the double deuce. I believe up next from what I'm hearing, so maybe we're jumping around a little bit. We may have missed Joe here. I think that was actually Ed Harris, the Capital Detailing Pecan Thunderstruck Promotions, driving out of Harperfield, New York, 28 of Ed Harris. I got to look over. Joe tried to be smart and share me his screen. I'm going to zoom it in. Now we have the 37 of my pops here, driving out of Gettysburg, PA, Timmy Chapman. Now let's see if he rolls out next. I don't know if he was supposed to be. We got Tim out there. Oh, and I think I see him out there on the racetrack. So we did miss one here, Joe. We missed Hollywood in the 33 out of Collegeville, PA, the Salty Dogs race team. Roland Olson, he pulls out there on the racetrack. So Roland's out there in line. So we did miss Roland Olson, but Hollywood going to join the party here. And I believe, and we have my pops coming out. Now, next should be the librarian, I think, in the 41 machine. Mr. Pat Boyce. He's another member of the Salty Dog Racing team out of South Logan, Ohio. Pat Boyce has been running C2C for, man, I think as long as I've been here. And I've been here quite some time. Pat lays the claim to been longer. And as Joe's saying, he's been here as long as he's been here. So we'll give Pat the honor of being here longer than both of us. And always a staple. Let's see who we got coming out on the racetrack next. I think we have Cujo Gauthier coming out next in that 67 machine. He's driving out of Las Vegas, Nevada. What a place to be. Joe, I've never been to Las Vegas, but I'd love to go. It seems like that'd be a heck of a party town. Cujo, you may get a visitor or two here, in the next couple months if you got a place to stay, man. That sounds like it's the party town, man. Cujo, another driver who I get to see on Wednesday nights there. Up next, we've got the A-Lit Outlaws Papa there, Mr. Cramner, sponsored by the Pit Side Podcast, Malcolm Mills, Mill Redding, Galen's Popcorn, and Am Racing Team. The number 70 of Mike Cramner. I believe coming out on the racetrack next is that 75 of the Mayor. He's sponsored by Maurer Farm Management, Flatline Racing Bodies, a huge sponsor here tonight. Steve's Custom Golf Clubs. He's driving out of Clarence, Iowa. The Mayor, Steve Bixler, in that 75 machine. Up next, we have, I think, the 78 out of Mesa, Arizona, Armando Melgoza. Armando's been running in coast to coast here for a couple years. He has he's been a good guy, and now we have another member of the PA posse here joining us on the racetrack out of Stroudsburg, PA, the 87 of the General, Andy Patton, as he wheels that thing out. Andy, he's another guy who he's going to be a sleeper. Now, I don't know where Andy qualified, how good that time was in qualifying. That's going to be a big part of these 305s, but Andy Patton, he knows how to wheel a sprint car. And if he goes out here and shows the guys what they're doing here, he may be a winner tonight. I think up next, do we have the 88 here? Yeah, we do. The Ravens Graphics, IconRacingJobs.com, Latarte Esports, driving for the Raven Graphics Esports team. Number 88 of Doyle Lawrence. He's out of Spring, Texas. I think up next we've got the 152 machine. He's driving out of Grand Gorge, New York. That's George Proctor. And looking at the ages, he's one of the, well, I mean, no offense here, gentlemen. You know, everybody's, we're all a little older here in this league, but he's one of the younger guys. He does hit that 55 age. So he might be one of the younger guys on the racetrack here tonight in that Dude Wipes 152 machine. So now we've got the Desert Demon in that 161 Kreitz Oval Track Parts Galen's homegrown popcorn, driving for the Salty Dogs Racing Team out of Desert Hot Springs, California. He ain't afraid to smoke. We'll have to see if he smokes any guys here tonight. Terry Landis, the Desert Demon. He knows how to roll. Now we got another driver here out of PA, driving out of Pottsville, the 264 of Joe Cookson. Pottsville, not super close to me, but not too far away either. This might be another guy if, he ever goes to Williams Grove or anything. May have been a guy that I've run into a time or two. And now we've got the Double Deuce pulling out on the racetrack. Sponsored by Dirt Track Bank. Driving for the Hammer Down Race Team out of Plumas Lake, California, Joe Halter. And Joe has done a lot for iRacing as a whole. You know, he runs Friday Night Lights. I mean, he's been a big sponsor with Coast to Coast throughout the years. You say the word charity around Joe Halter, and his ears perk up, and he wants to get involved. So it is super nice to see Joe Halter out there on the racetrack tonight. And up next, we got the Malcolm's Mills, Galen's Popcorn, Epsilon Spint Wraps, driving for the Can-Am Racing Team out of Brewerton, New York, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeffrey Barker. And he's another one, man. I'll tell you what, Joe, I raced with him Monday afternoon, and he waxed me in a 360 sprint car. Absolutely waxed me, took that bottom step of the podium, and man, on the broadcast Monday night, he looked pretty dang good. He almost got that podium, just got it edged out from him. He's going to be coming tonight. Up next, out of New Braunfels, Texas, driving the 737 machine, 64 years of age, Scott Green. I like that. I like the look of that car there, Joe. Up next, we got that 888 machine driving for the Salty Dogs Race Team. Got a couple nice sponsors on there. Maurer Farm Management, Flatline Racing Bodies, and of course, Steve's Custom Golf Clubs, driving out of Clarence, Iowa. Steve Maurer. And last, but as Joe says, I'm going to steal it word for word. Last, but of course not least, in a paint job that, oh man, I don't want to tear up. I told myself I would not do this, but Bill Calder has absolutely meant so much to me, and it is so great seeing that thing on the racetrack again. Roger driving the 325 tonight here in the 305s, and it is awesome, Joe, seeing that thing out on the racetrack again. Of course, Roger driving out of Brantford, Ontario, probably one of the founding members, if not the founder of the Salty Dogs Race Team. He's got Maurer Farm Management, Flatline Racing Bodies, and Steve's Custom Golf Clubs on there. But if you aren't rooting for that 325 to go out there and get the checkered flag tonight, I don't know if we can be friends.
Well, I tell you what, Chapman, man, like you just said right there, a good group of guys. Been doing this league for several seasons now, and I week in and week out, the one thing, like what you mentioned there, that stands out, obviously the Retread series, everybody 55 and older, and we've been celebrating Bill Calder. Unfortunately, I don't really think I ever got to meet him. Not to say I probably didn't call some races that he wasn't in, because I originally called the Hometown Heroes when they first started back in the day, and so I don't know if he run those or not for Coast to Coast, but to be able to do this series and week in and week out, we talked about it and celebrate his life. and what he loved to do, and to put on a memorial tonight is awesome, and to see those cars out there. And I know we got Roger up here, and I'm going to give the floor to Roger.
We're going to do a moment's 30-second silence for Bill now.
Right. All right, folks, man, we just did a moment of silence right there for Bill Calder, and tonight's pretty much just celebrating him there, Bill Calder. And Chapman, I know you know him a lot better than I did. I've talked to Roger over the course of the seasons here about what Calder meant, and what he's done, and just learning, and obviously putting on this series on Tuesdays. It's been a pleasure for me. I enjoy it because of the one thing I can relate to it. Obviously, I'm in my 50s also, and to see these guys out here from 55 all the way up into their 70s, it's amazing what they do week in and week out on the track. Because we always say young guys, man. Zach, we talk about those a lot, but we don't ever talk about the older guys. And tonight it's all about that and Bill Calder.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it's slander by saying this, but I mean, I think we all remember, Bill mainly he got that one win, and I mean, I'll never forget it. But he would always run around towards the back, especially after he had his first problem. His arm didn't work that well. He was kind of just a field filler, but he had that good attitude, man. He was always there, and what I really loved about him, when you joined Coast to Coast, he was the first person to kind of greet you, to welcome everyone. And when Coast to Coast was in its prime, man, when we were getting full fields all the time, Bill, he had everything to do with it and then some. I mean, he was the heart of the league, and it's all about having good attitudes like that, just making it a family style league. And it's not about, going out and winning all the time or anything like that. It's just about the relationships you can kind of build. And I mean, I think Roger, if we're being honest, me and him haven't always gotten along, but Bill was kind of the guy who made us get along when when we'd be upset with each other. And for that, I'll be forever grateful for that. And I just man, I really miss Bill, and I can't wait till I get to see him again.
And like you said, I mean, to do this series and to celebrate him week in and week out is awesome. And right now, folks, what you're seeing on the track is they're going to do a 4-man salute here, and then they're going to do a missing man kind of be a salute around the track where obviously, Bill Calder will be missing. And it's sad when you lose obviously a good friend and a race mate, on the track. And I know he meant so much to the league, like you said. But we could sit up here and just there's so much we could say and just talk for hours on hours about it. He enjoyed the racing. He enjoyed the real life racing of sprint cars. He enjoyed the iRacing, like you said, of it. And to come out here and just race, you said it good right there, Zach. Hey, you've got competitiveness in guys that want to win week in and week out, but then you got guys that come out here that just want to have fun, camaraderie with fellow drivers or whoever, week in and week out. So, and that's what it's about,
It's one thing to want to win all the time, but I'm telling you, man, I am super jealous of the guys like Bill who can just come out and, man, no matter where they run, they could be 10 laps down, dead last, and I'll tell you what, he had just as much fun if he went out and won that thing and
Absolutely.
whipped everybody. And that,
Okay, Joe and Zach, we're going to go to
it's
Missing
amazing.
Man now.
Okay, well, that's Roger. Folks, you'll probably hear Roger, man, once in a while, man, talk up here. He's up in the booth here with us, and we're going to the Missing Man, as you just heard it right there. He's going to give us kind of instructions on it, but, just unfortunate, and you can see right back there as they lined up 4x4x4, and, if you're new to dirt racing, hopefully you're not. Hopefully you watch some of it. You will, you'll know about the 4-wide salute. They do that in the World of Outlaws, a lot of them. But see if I can't get up here to the front. There we go. And you can see the front side where they're just going to go with the 3-man up front. There's Zach, and it just. What do you say? Really, they're other than you just sit here and smile, it's just going to be a great night of racing. 305s. Then we've got some asphalt racing afterwards. We got it's an open wheel car. Excuse me, I forgot which one it was. But then we're going to go and do some NASCAR racing.
Hey, Joe,
Formula
sure.
V, I think.
we got a few warm-ups here. You want to go to that commercial break?
Absolutely. Well, folks, man, I tell you what, it's good. We got a few laps here, warm-ups. We'll be right back here. Let's do a little tribute, man, to the Bill Calder. We'll be right back here in a few.
Team Holloway Racing Graphics is your one-stop vinyl shop. We specialize in RC racing of all scales. We do full-size race cars as well. Have a sign that needs done, vehicles lettered, we can do it. PT Speed Shop. We rebuild quarter-scale motors, break them in, dyno them, and get you back to victory lane. We have a parts store opening soon. Check it out at ptspeedshop.com. Check us out at teamholloway.com. We would love to take care of your vinyl needs.
A&J Custom Creations, every design starts with your vision. From natural wood to sleek acrylic, we transform materials into stunning creations. Hands-on craftsmanship meets cutting-edge technology. No two projects are the same, because your ideas are unique. And bring your ideas to life with A&J Custom Creations. Contact us today at andyp@gmail.com or by text at 570-982-0685 for your custom CNC project in wood or acrylic.
All right, we're back here, folks, and we're getting set here to go. Green flag racing tonight, dirt track style. Bill Calder Memorial here, presented by Flatline Racing. Zach, man, I tell you what, we had a great introduction there, and you know, what more can I say is this one's going to be awesome.
Yeah, this should be a good one. 30 laps around the Big E, man. What more could you ask for in the 305s? And then we do a little bit of road racing in the Formula V, and then we go do a little bit of asphalt racing. This should be a good night.
Yeah, I'm with you. And just real quick, while we're switching over here to get ready to go, up there on the screen, just so if nobody knows, Bill Calder, that's the man himself right there. We celebrate him every week. Tuesday, the Bill Calder Retread Series. Tonight, the Bill Calder Memorial Race here. First annual, that is, Memorial Race tonight. But that's the man himself right there. Good old Bill Calder. And let's look at the grid here real quick. And I'll let you want to run it down real quick for us there, Zach?
Yeah, I can. I was dumb, and I'm turning on my SDK right now.
Go ahead.
Let me bring it up. I'm gonna start at the tail if that's okay.
Go for
Starting
it, man.
23rd in the double three machine, Hollywood, Roland Olson, row 11 to the top shelf. The 888 of Steve Maurer to the inside. The 28 of Ed Harris, row 10 to the top shelf. The 67 of Cujo, Joe Gauthier to the inside. The 152 of George Proctor. Row 9 to the outside, the 37 of Tim Chapman to the inside, the 264 of Joseph Cookson. Row 8 to the outside, the 47 of Bill Dunn to the inside, the 012 of Bob Curtis. Row 7 to the top shelf, the deuce of Mark Billen to the inside, the 325 of Roger Craig. Row 6 to the outside, the double deuce of Joe Halter to the inside, the mare in the 75, Steve Bixler. Row 5 to the top shelf, the 014 of the Ironman, G.J. Boydell to the inside, the 70 of Mike Cramner. Row 4 to the outside, the Librarian in the 41, Pat Boyce to the inside, the 88 of Doyle Lawrence. Row 3 to the outside, the 161 of the Desert Demon, Terry Landis to the inside, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast. Jeff Barker, row 2 to the top shelf, the 737 of Scotty Green to the inside, the 055 of Mr. Wednesday Night, Brian Moore Sr., and row 1 for your 30-lap A main at the Big E to the top shelf, the 78 of Armando Melgoza, and on the pole, the General in the 87, Andy Patton.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're getting set to go green flag. Ace truck is in. The Bill Calder Memorial Race here tonight. Patton and Company, man, sends them off. We are racing here. Oh, contact already. In the back of Mondo.
And finally, the caution flag does wave. I wasn't sure if we were going to get one there. That was a delayed caution there, Joe, but he's lucky. He gets his caution flag, and Ed Harris, who was late to the grid, he pulls off pit road. He needed that caution to happen.
Yeah, watching that replay right there, looks like Armando just got a little bit loose, and you know, I've spoke about these cars week in and week out. They are open wheel machines. You cannot get out here and beat and bang with these things, or you're pretty much going to turn it like that. He got a little loose, got into the side there. Looks like an Andy Patton, kind of ricocheted off of him, and from there it was just an accordion effect. We're going to bring out our first caution tonight, and I'm going to use the sponsors that we always do. Our first, it is our Mask Marauder caution as of tonight.
Oh, yeah, and I'm like you, Joe. Thank God we had Roger send us that. we never even talked about it. Tonight, if you win this thing, you're going to get $15, P2, P10, or $10. P3, you're going to get $5. We are going to give $10 each race to each hard charger, and if, well, you're the overall champion, you get a trophy from the man who's leading this thing right now, Andy Patton with A&J Custom Creations. They are going to give a trophy out to the winner and $50, and then it'll be 40 for second, 30 for third, 20 for fourth, 10 for fifth, and then 5 all the way down through 10th. So we're giving away a good bit of money here.
Yeah, it says, man, total $295 in the payouts here tonight. You know, we got some great sponsors. You got Velocity Race Design, Wraps. You got Young Gun Creation, Raven Graphics. As we're going to go single file on this one here, though. Pace trucks in. Here we go. Massive engine restart. More senior men and Andy Patton out front. They're going to get kind of spread out a little bit here for the moment, but you know how this works out. These 305s, they'll get bunched back up.
Yeah, especially if they have another quick caution. We're under caution once again. I think Joe Halter gets against this.
Oh, yeah. Wow. See what happened here on Joe Halter's part. Actually, it was...
Pat Boyce went around, in that 41 machine. And Joe just gets the end of it. That's a tough break.
Well, let's watch from Pat Boyce's point of view right here on the caution. Because it did register, man, Joe Halter. Yeah, got Pat up there a little bit further up. His dog got a little bit too salty on the track here. And, oh, he got contacted. The next thing you know. And you know what I know, Zach? Man, this track, man, it closes up so quick. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially right now because, we did a track reset, I believe, right there before qualifying. So with the way these things are, not a lot of power in them. I mean, for the first 10 laps or so, I would think these guys are all going to be kind of fighting over that same line if they want to go the quickest. So it's going to be kind of a traffic jam out there for a little bit.
All right, get set, man, to go back green here. And the ticker, man, to kind of update on us here a little bit. And sometimes when they get shifted around a little bit. All right. Now, the one thing about the retreads here, Zach, is they will actually let these guys, man, try to get back on the lead lap. They'll try to, wrap them back around and so forth. So, on the cautions, everybody's a lap down or get a black flag, they try to clear them. It's more of a laid-back style league, and I like that, too. On the Tuesdays here, they try to get everybody up in a wreck, try to get them back in and back out. I think they have unlimited fast fixes. So, yeah, we're getting set to go back green. Patton and company up front. We'll go 2x2, man. We're racing again.
Andy Patton, he's got to try to run away with this thing because you never know when the green flag run's coming. And I'll tell you what, Joe, it is coming.
Absolutely, man. And right there, you see it, man. Patton and company, he's up front. And he's got a battle, man, going right down on the inside of him. And finally, it, man, updates on me. They've got more right there, too, on his inside. Those two guys are going to go side by side. Now, I'm used to seeing the wing 360s. Caution in the back. That's a big one. It's like Mike Cranmer. See what happened to him here on this caution. Oh, just contacted the back wheel, got in the wall, and a couple of them was there on the bottom and got into it. Look, boy, Tim Chapman. Joe Halter won. Oh, it was Tim. Yep, Tim Chapman. Ooh.
Yeah, him and Proctor. Couldn't tell
Wow.
what caused that originally.
Yeah, looks like it just basically a checkup and everybody kind of, trying to get woed up. Sometimes, okay, he got clipped. So we saw the one right up there. Cranmer, he went around, got clipped, then Chapman got clipped. And up there, those guys up there just banging into each other. Everybody just trying to get slowed down, and next thing you know, boom.
And, normally I think Andy'd be on the horn. He'd say, calm down, guys. Let's get a couple laps in here. But, I mean, Brian Moore Sr., he was flexing on him pretty hard. He almost had a pass for the lead. So I think Andy will take it, maybe wants to retry that again, maybe pull away a little bit from the 055.
Absolutely. Got padding up front, man, Moore. We got Patton and Moore up front. Got Green, Landis, Barker, man. That's the top 5. Getting set here, man. Lights off on the pace truck. Set to go green here tonight, man. Bill Calder Memorial event tonight. Sponsored by, man, Flatline Racing. So here we go. Pace truck's on the duck off. Going to get set back here to our Mask Avenger restart. Patton up front, man. Him and Moore have been going at each other, man, tooth and nail. And they are still going at each other. Well, Patton, man, right now, has got that thing wound up. Now they're going to go single file.
I think Patton realized he can't run that outside like that. Not just yet. I mean, these things just basically got that go-kart motor in them, Joe. You can't go high and wide yet. Not when there's all that grip left on the bottom of the racetrack. I
remember really on the 305s, a lot of guys talk about there's just not enough power, man, to do the slide job like you normally see with a 360 or the 410. Which is normally what we're used to seeing with these machines here, and they just don't turn as well. Right now, though, you see Patton out front, man, holding Landis right there. So it's kind of single file, man, freight train up front. Go a little bit further on back here. As caution is out. And
beat Bob Curtis. This was a solo spin here. I think he tried to hit pit road. It looks like to me, Joe, coming off of 4. And he just couldn't get it to turn that far. He clips the inside wall. He starts rolling. But luckily he didn't get any of the leaders because they were just coming by the lap.
It looked like he might have had wheel damage.
Yeah, that's what it looked. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe he, normally if it wouldn't have been bent, like he would have been able to steer it down into pit road, but maybe something was bent up and he couldn't yank it the whole way down into pit road.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and he didn't want to come back up in front of the leaders.
Yeah. I'm trying to rewound. I'm rewound back just a little bit. Yeah, it just goes straight. Like he's got wheel damage there. So I'm with you, trying to get that thing to go back in there.
Yeah, you hate the cautions, but you got to love it. He doesn't want to affect the leaders. He's trying to stay out of the way of the front guys, and just kind of backfires on him. It's a tough deal.
Absolutely. Patton right there with Moore. Landis Green, Lawrence and company. Here we go. Lights off on the pace truck. Set to go back green. Pace truck's in. It'll be Patton up front, man. Lights it up for back green. Moore's been trying to give him everything he has, try to get back around him. Here comes Landis to the inside. And I think this is where you need to make the pass at, Chapman, is on the start here, because once these things gets wound up and going, looks like it's a very tough, man, to get those passes.
Yeah, until that top shelf comes in here. I think eventually you see that 737 machine. He's humming the outside. When that thing gets there for Scott Green, that may be the place to be, but I don't know. I don't know about yours, what your SDK looks like, but mine is a little funky right now. There we go. Andy Patton gets the lead back. It's all okay now.
Yeah, it flips around. That's one thing when they clear a lot of black flags. I have to sometimes search around a little bit. But man, we got back out front. Moore Senior there in second. Now, I will say this about Landis as we're under caution real quick. I will say this about Landis. Landis loves the low line. I see him week in and week out taking that low line. So if anytime he can get it going, he's definitely going to try. But looks like Joe Halter involved in this one. Oh, yeah, he got tapped.
Yeah, that's a bad net code. really bad net code from what I'm seeing. It shows contact between him and Boydell, but I mean, I'm a big guy, Joe. I think you are too. We could have stood between those cars, I think. I mean, there was no contact there, and it sent him up in the fence hard.
Like you just said, contact between those two. We're getting set, man, on a Mask Marauder caution here tonight. Bill Calder Memorial Race, and folks, we're celebrating here tonight, man. Bill Calder. We do a week in and week out with the Bill Calder Memorial. But tonight, that's the man right there, man, on your screen you're seeing. That's himself right there, Bill Calder. Man, great guy. We talked a lot about him before. We started the race here tonight. And, I talk about him, man, week in and week out myself here because we run the Bill Calder Retreads series. And, yeah, I like the series because, like what I mentioned before there, Zach, is everybody 55 and older. And I think the oldest in here, Craig is probably one of the oldest, but I think somebody else might be a little bit older than him, and I can't remember who it is, but they're like 77, 78. I always kid with Craig. He's like 97 or so. But, no, that amazes me. I mean, 70-some years old. Look.
Yeah, it's
and to get out here and still race, that's wild.
78 years old. I can cheat and organize the list, and it is Steve Maurer.
There you go.
He is the oldest man, but Roger Craig, he's a close second. He's 77. Him and John Rayner, they're tied for P2 in age. So those guys, they're clicking them off.
But it's amazing, man. When you hear that, you just think about, man, these guys are here, and and I know what it takes, to wheel just to get in a sim rig and run these things. So for those guys to be able to do that and have fun week in and week out, it's awesome. But pace trucks in, going back green. And you got Andy Patton back out front. Moyer right there with him too. Landis trying everything he can. See if he can't get a spot back. He might have to go. Look, contact there 3 wide.
Yeah, Boydell on the outside. You see, I believe that's Doyle Lawrence. They're working the inside. He floats up and gets into Roger Craig a little bit, but that leads to contact behind.
Yeah, I think Billin got in that one.
No caution so far, Joe.
What?
You stay green. Oh, there it
comes.
comes.
Finally came in. I'm going to tell you what, I think Flagman's falling asleep on us.
Yeah, 5 cautions so far. He maybe just wanted to see, hey, maybe these guys will straighten it up a little bit.
Well, let's kind of see if we can figure it out. It started up here with Boyce. Yeah, he got contacted, and then from there, just kind of the field kind of just closed up, nowhere to go. I think the reason it didn't throw caution right there is everybody still was going straight. And then Boyce, that might have helped out. That's fine. I don't think it would have threw the caution if everybody just would have kept going and it wouldn't have been for helping us out there with Boyce. Sometimes it happens like that on iRacing, man. They all go straight like that on a spin. It won't throw it. I don't know about you, Zach. I was doing a race one time on a short track, and lo and behold, it didn't throw a caution until almost a lap after those guys had already wrecked, and the field was closed, and it was closed up. I was like, here comes the leaders. What are we going to do?
Yeah, it seems like sometimes it'll wait, to see if the leaders catch up and, almost wait to bait that caution. You'll see guys sit still, and then you'll finally get one. But I'm with you there. Yeah, I think it was because everybody kind of kept going at least 5 or 10 mile an hour, so everybody stayed straight. They may have rotated sideways, but then kind of straightened it back out. Well, we've got our front 3, and looking at the hard charger, man, Roger, he's up 7 spots, but Steve Maurer, he's on the move. He's up 11, and so is Cujo back there. Joe Gauthier, he's up 11 spots as well. We've got some guys moving and grooving here.
Well, we do, and some of these cautions have helped some of these guys out. Talk about Roger Craig. Usually it's in the 747 machines. We go back green tonight, man. He's running Bill Calder's numbers, and he's running the car that Bill Calder has there in the tribute for him in the 325. Great looking machine out here. If we can't get you a closer view there, just to show you. Actually, that's a really good shot there to show you what Bill Calder is on top of it. He's trucking it though in there in that 7th place spot so far. Andy Patton's been the man out front though, trying to hold off a hard charge of Moore and Green and Landis. But boy, they are racing tough, man, back here around about the 17th place spot.
Yeah, they're racing hard all over the field. But I'm telling you, that 737, he's doing the Lord's work. He's been running the top side ever since the drop of the green flag, and he's finally starting to get it to come in. You can see the 55 there in P2. He's starting to use it as well on the corner exit. And Andy Patton, he may have some company before this race is over. Those guys are coming.
Yeah, it is. And we got a car, man, slow. I think he actually got on the bottom there. Not sure who it is.
George Proctor, yeah, he's slow, but he's keeping it straight.
Yeah, looks like he might have some wheel. He's got wheel damage on it or not. They actually spun, no caution. Let's go back on the replay real quick. I know we're still running green, but he actually got in trouble in the back there because it says he wrecked him and Steve Bixler. Oh, Bixler was slow, and yeah, they just got to get there. He got wheel damage. So, yep.
We got a battle for the lead here, Joe.
Oh,
Side by side, and we got a lap car. Brian Moore Sr. takes the lead through 3 and 4. New leader this time by 12 to play.
wow. You know what? That's the best way to do, man. Use that lap car as a pick, and he did, man. And Senior, man, went to the front side and got it from Patton. Now Patton's got to work his way back. Here comes the, I call him the Yoo-Hoo man out here. Terry Landis, if he can't get his name into the book.
Yeah, the Desert Demon, man. He knows how to run a sprint car now. He used to, as we got a caution flag out here. I think Bob Curtis involved, and Bob Curtis definitely involved. He is laying wingless backwards on the front stretch.
Yep. Yeah, Mondo kept going. Bob Curtis, he just got hit afterwards and then hard in the wall. Ouch. Caution, but new leader, Moore Senior, Brian out front. Oh, man, almost got the leaders there.
Yeah, he used the pace car as kind of a blind there. And all of a sudden, man, drivers there had a face full, but they did a good job of missing him there. But now Andy Patton, he needs to take advantage starting here on the high side, because I would think here if we get a couple more cautions, this one we should have more than 10 laps to go, so it should be our final double file.
Yeah, I know it's showing 9, and that's what I was saying. If it's going to go double, if not, it's going to be single. And you know, anytime they go single file, it's definitely going to benefit the leader out front, because he's going to get the jump on the field. And it looks like we might get our last double file then. Okay, all right. I'm like you. I think Patton needs to use this advantage here, because if we get any more cautions, it's going to be single file, and that's going to be tough to pass once it gets single file. We've already seen all night tonight. Lights off on the pace truck. Here we go. Get set to our Mass Marauder restart, and I'll tell you what, Moore Senior got a good jump. Patton didn't get the jump he wanted. He's got to deal with Landis. Landis says, you know what, I'm going to try to get it, but he can't get that. That's what I was talking about right there. That 305 just didn't have the oomph to get that slide job done.
Now he's going to send it up here, and we may be 3 wide. Nope, that 737 couldn't find the dig. Is Patton going to park it up there? Nope, he can't throw the slider either, and all of a sudden we got the top 4 under the blanket.
Man, Moore right now trying to hold all 2 guys behind him, and Patton and Landis, those 2 guys, man, are trying to drill him and see if they can't get that lead away. Landis loses a little momentum. Here comes Green and Lawrence, though, as the laps are winding down. Moore's loving what he's seeing, because he is separating himself from those guys behind him.
Yeah, that's what he needs. He wants to take a peek up in that mirror and watch those guys behind racing side by side. But the 737 and the 87, they may have struck a deal together, because I would have thought I'd see Scott Green driving in there deep. Nope, now it comes. Slide job from the 737, and with 6 laps to go, the double nickel, man, he just continues to pull away.
Riding along here, Ben, on Lawrence, just to show you what it looks like from the driver's point of view. You've got Moore out front, Green with him, Patton. You see Landis there in front of them, but a good slide job city happening between the 2 machines there for second. Third place into the wall, though, goes Green and Patton. Wow. Caution out, but the top 2 guys, hey, that's just hard racing between those 2, and then just got together, talk about it, man, week in and week out with these wing sprints. You can't get up there and bump, run. You can do a little bit bumping like that, but a lot of times it ends up with these cars going around, because they are just true open-wheeled machines. Landis loving it.
And I'm watching Andy Patton kind of wiggle this thing around. He's seeing if everything's okay. With the way that caution fell, he'll get his spot back if he doesn't have to. Nope, he's going to come down pit road. He doesn't like something here, so that's a tough break. But we've got two new drivers up on the podium. Doyle Lawrence, we've seen him coming up pretty quick, and we got the Desert Demon now sitting P2.
The only bad thing about this is we're going to start single file, and that's what Moore likes. Landis is going to have to set him up. Landis has not been able to figure out, though, all night long. He loves the low line, but if he can get a slide job maybe going, he might be able to put that thing up there. But Moore's been on rails. I don't know if it's going to be tough to get around him. I'm going to say it that way.
Yeah, I told you. I call him Mr. Wednesday Night for a reason. That guy, I mean, he's winning in 360s. I mean, we used to run the 305s on Wednesday. This guy, he knows how to wheel anything with a wing, and he's going to be tough to beat. But we're staying double file here, it looks like.
Okay.
I think. No, never mind. Now we're going to go back. We're going to fall back in line. Terry he was wishing we'd overrule at the double file.
Yeah, because it definitely, I mean, obviously it's going to benefit the leader anytime you go single file like this. I mean, in any type of car or sport. But race truck's in. Green flag, back at it here, man. Moore gets the jump. Landis is going to now have to see if he can't set it up right. He loves the low line. Kind of went with a slider line right there. He also got behind him. What is that? Dole Lawrence. He's got to worry about Lawrence and G.J. Boydell. Watch out for him.
Yeah, the Iron Man, he's going to try to swing it in there to get P3, but he can't do it for now. And you got to think Terry Landis there in P2. He's throwing that short slider. It may gain him a little bit on corner entry, but, man, he is killing himself down those long straightaways here at Eldora.
Oh, yeah, they're coming up on a little lap traffic there, man. Everybody gets through. Moore Senior and Company does. Landis right now still in that second place trying to see what he can do. He's trying to do everything he can. Caution is out. Jeffrey Barker. That was unfortunately, that was the damaged machine. He got out of the way pretty good right there for the leaders. Tried to stay out of the way and then just decided, you know what, let me tow this thing because I'm all tore up anyways.
Yeah, and I think if you're Jeff, that's pretty much what you had to do there. You don't want to get somebody sucked up into your mess, but I do see it's going to be limited tonight. We've only got 2 chances here at a green white checker, Joe, and this is going to be one of 2. So we've got our first out of 2 attempts here to get this thing done.
Oh, okay. I thought they didn't do green white checker.
Nope, I'm seeing it here on iRacing.
Really?
Yep, green white checkered 1 out of 2. So this is
I have learned a lot. I'll be honest with you. When I first dirt started in iRacing, I was not a big dirt fan. I come from the NASCAR stuff, okay? And I do like road racing stuff. But so when dirt came to iRacing, I learned a lot. Got up with some great guys. Brett Wheeler, one of them. And I've done many races with yourself there. So I've learned a lot over the course of years and years doing it. And one of the things that I knew was different between is like what you just said, green, white, checkered. Not being a green, white, checkered on dirt. Obviously, you don't count the caution laps, which we do on asphalt. Unless it's green, white, checkered, then you don't count. It won't count the last 3 laps. But, yeah, that's kind of interesting that we're going to have one. And here we go. Go green. Pace truck's in. More up front. Green flag, back racing. Mask Avenger there. Restart. Landis doesn't have a lot of time to try to figure out a way to get up there, and I just don't think he's got enough oomph underneath that 305 to be able to pull like he would with a 360 to be able to get there that back push bar of Moore as they come around him. They're going to take the white flag.
Yeah, final time around, and Landis, he is going to have to be perfect, man. And then there it is, a little slip up off of 2. This is Brian Moore Sr.'s final time through 3 and off of 4.
Did you see it? Lawrence got contact with Landis right there, but Moore's going to win it. Landis second. Boy's just going to end up in third. There was contact coming out of turn number 2 with Doyle Lawrence and Boyce. And, man, that cost Lawrence big time there. But the top 3, what a phenomenal race by these guys out here tonight. Brian Moore Sr. bringing it home here for us. Woo! What a win.
Yeah, and we're giving away money for Hard Charger, right? Steve Maurer, he up 12 spots. He gets him started P22 up to 10th. I mean, that's a pretty good run. That's a Hard Charger there in the
Absolutely.
305. Not easy to pass guys in this little go-kart.
See if we can get some of these guys up here and get a word with them.
Oh, look at Brian Moore Sr. See, I told you he's no stranger to winning, Joe. If I won, I couldn't tell you where victory lane was. Brian Moore wins, he knows exactly where to go. He parks it right there in Eldora Speedway victory lane.
Well, let's bring up the third place man here. Let's get a word with him, old Pat Boyce.
Librarian, what's going on, brother? Long time no speak. Heck of a run, man. How we feeling after that one?
I'm shaking, Shaggy.
I'll tell you what, man, you had some fireworks in front of you on that last lap. You know, did you think you'd be sitting up here at the end of this thing?
No, I didn't think I'd catch him. Not unless something like that would happen.
Well, I mean, you know, with the way the earlier stages of this race went, you had to think maybe something could happen, and you found yourself in a good position, you know, sitting inside of that top 5. I mean, if this race maybe would have got some longer green flag runs, you think you had anything for the lead? I mean, you were coming pretty quick.
The top was getting very fast.
Yeah, and, you know, with you used to running, I mean, it's no surprise. You run the 360s. I mean, you've even flirted with the 410s every now and then. You probably like that. I mean, the longer this track aged, the better you got. Did you feel that way?
Yep, absolutely. It was really getting good.
Well, I mean, heck of a job, man. Congratulations on the good run. Representing Ohio tonight. You got anybody you want to thank on the podium?
I'll tell you what, I want to thank everybody that had anything to do with this. This is really a great thing to be in. And especially you guys announcing.
Well, you know, we do the easy work, man. You do the hard work out there on the racetrack. And considering lap 22, you know, you were dang near in the middle of the field, plunged right around 10th to drive this thing up to P3. Man, that's a heck of a drive. Congratulations. And hopefully we're talking to you again later, Pat.
All right. Thanks, Shaggy.
Well, there you go, man. That's Pat Boyce down there, and great sprint car driver in himself back in the day. I was trying to look to see. I do not see Moore Sr. here, unless you see him down there, Chapman. Let's see if I can bring him up into the waiting room. But meanwhile,
no, I don't see him either. I don't see him down there.
We'll see if he jumps up here. And
he's probably still shaking after that.
Well, we'll bring second place man up here, man. Landis. Let's get a word with him.
Desert Demon, brother. How we doing after that P2, man? What are you feeling like? Talk to us about it.
Excited, brother. Those 305s make it tough, and you got to keep those things pretty straight.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, speaking of it, it looked like to me, now it's one of those deals where the cautions can kind of kill you, but if we wouldn't have had that final caution, you hooked up pretty good there coming off the 2. I mean, it looked like you were going to be able to flirt with that 55, and then we did get that final caution. Do you feel like with only 2 laps in this 305, that kind of blew it for you? You know, you didn't really have much of a chance. You had to play some defense there at the end.
Yeah, exactly, Zach. You called it. I did get a heck of a bite, and I figured in 3 and 4, it's quicker. I was cutting it like really hard and getting the bottom down coming out of 4. And I was making up a lot of time there too. But yeah, you called it. Just ran out of laps.
Well, it's one of those, man, where, you know, this is one where we kind of expected you to be up on the podium, not to put the pressure on you. But now, now we go into something maybe most of the drivers aren't going to be comfortable with. We're going 20 minutes in the Formula V, man. How are you going to perform in that? What should I expect out of you? How are we going to do?
Turn right, go fast.
Oh, jeez. All right, Desert Demon. Well, hell of a job, man. Congratulations on the P2.
And go Yoo-hoo too, right?
Yes, sir. It's in there.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
Joe.
I didn't even think about that. I should have asked you about this. So we've got a little $50 wager behind the scenes between you and Hollywood. Where did Roland Olson finish? He didn't
In the
have
back.
to.
In the back.
he didn't
well,
have-
obviously
I
he
ain't gonna
didn't
rub it in
finish
on
in first. I mean, mean, my bad. Everybody won't say it that way, but I mean, yeah, you beat him on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll see in the trucks and these V's though, because McAdam's where he's at, not me. So we'll see.
Ah.
Yeah, so talking about that, especially in the V's, the trucks at Daytona, let's be honest, that's kind of a crapshoot. That can go either way, but you kind of set your sights on him in the V. Just make sure that you got your eyes on the target. Don't let him get too far away.
Oh yeah, I'll do my best to beat him. He's the only one I got to beat.
Well, hell of a job, man. Congrats on the P2. Who you want to thank, Desert Demon?
You chocolate drink. It's better than Nesquik. It's good with a cheesesteak too. Let me tell you.
At least you said chocolate drink. At least you said chocolate drink, not chocolate milk. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I say chocolate milk a lot.
That's all right. We know what you mean. You guys are putting us all on, all the guys behind the scenes. Like the mayor said, there's so many people to name for this thing. For Bill, Bill's a great guy, and that's why we're here, racing his cars that he always liked. So that's what I want to thank all you guys, and shout out to Bill. Oh, and a shout out to my boy David from work. And my wife Judy.
Yeah, man, you almost forgot the queen, man. You don't want to forget Judy. You'd have been in trouble there, Terry. Hell of a job, man. Congratulations. Keep the ball rolling. Hopefully we're talking to you again, man.
We will, buddy. Thank you. See you, Joe.
There you go, man. It's Terry Landis right there. And real quick, we're going to bring him. It says Blake Chapman, but it's actually
Dan.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so and unfortunately, I know, man. I lose my brain there. But real quick before we go to that one, Brian Moore Sr., our winner tonight. Unfortunately, won't get a word in with him. But let's bring up this man here real quick before we go over to our wheels. There you go, Zach.
All right. This is terrible, but I talk to your son all the time. It's Dan, right? Dan Chapman, right?
You got it.
Okay, I was pretty sure. Now, I hear your son thank you all the time. Now, for anyone out there listening, his son is arguably the fastest preacher in the United States of America. I mean, he whips our butt every time he's here on Monday night in the 360 sprint car, and he does a little bit of racing in real life, too. Now, I'm sure the Flatline Racing Bodies, man, do you do any work on that car for your son?
Yeah, I actually built it for him. We started off with, it's actually a stock car chassis that a guy had rolled, and we fixed it up. We put it has a 65 Studebaker body on it, and so it goes pretty well. And Blake's done a good job adapting to real racing.
Yeah, I saw he got now. I'm telling you, Dan, Blake's maybe. Well, why would he mention it? But I had a stroke this year, a couple months ago, so my memory is not the best. But I know Blake, he's at least picked up one win this season. Am I correct?
Yeah, he's actually got two.
Okay, so see, that's how bad it is. I was shorting Blake, and as you can see there, if you maybe look, I always call him my cousin. I'm a Chapman out here in Pennsylvania, so you never know. Maybe related long distance away on the family tree. But while we're here, man, you are a big sponsor and have been for a long time with Coast to Coast. Do you mind telling us a little bit about Flatline Racing Bodies?
Well, it kind of all started back in, I think it was around 2020, when I decided that I really didn't like the way my car builders were doing their bodies and interiors, and I thought I could do a better job. So I wanted to design my own, and I bought my own brake and some aluminum, and it just kind of went from there. I was doing my own stuff, and then other guys wanted me to start doing their cars, and I sold all my equipment and all my racing stuff in 2014. I've been dabbling in racing kind of since then, but I still have guys that bring me their stuff, want me to work on it for them, because you just can't go cold turkey. You got to keep your stuff and kind of keep at it. So
yeah, no, I feel you. We're basically drug addicts, in a different way. We always got to get our fix somehow, some way. But are you happy that Blake has kind of taken it up a little bit, is kind of carrying the torch out there running on the racetrack?
Yeah, my oldest son, his brother Ben, has been racing for I think 10, 12 years now, and he's doing real well also. And it's good to see the boys have some racing talent in their genes. Blake is awesome at iRacing. I am horrible, absolutely horrible at it. He wanted to try a real race car, and he really picked up on it the last feature that he won. He actually started in the mid pack and came back and passed the guy in the last lap and drove a heck of a race. So yeah, he's got it. He's still learning some things, but not everybody can do this. It's everybody thinks it's a lot easier than what it actually is to do, but he'll be okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, anybody can do it, but if you want to be successful at it, that it definitely takes something else. You got to have that want, but you know it as well as I do. I was maybe a little bit too aggressive. I was a teenage driver, and sometimes didn't always load the car up on the trailer in one piece. You got to be willing to kind of lift out and play it smart to keep the car in one piece, because if you overdrive that thing or put it in the wall one too many times, it's not going to be there for you the rest of the way. But okay, so I knew Blake I knew you had the daughter, but I did not know you had the older kid. So you got 3 kids from what I'm guessing. Is there any more hidden that I didn't know about?
Well, none that anybody's actually wanted me to pay for.
I love that. Well, Dan, thank you for stopping up, man, and talking to us. And more so, man, thank you for all you've done for Coast to Coast over the years. And we really appreciate you stepping up and helping sponsor this thing, because we can't do all these fun events and put on the stuff without good sponsors like you. And Dan, we really appreciate it. And we wish you and Flatline Racing Bodies nothing but the best. And hopefully, you become so big that you got some cars running out here at Williams Grove and the Baps Motor Speedway. Maybe I can see some Flatline Racing Bodies machines out here at my local racetrack.
Yeah, I was honored when they asked me to help sponsor this race. I like to help sponsor the memorial races, the charity races, the stuff like that. That's kind of cool. And I'm honored to do it. I'm glad they reached out to me to do it. I was more than happy to. Bill was a cool dude. We got to meet him at Knoxville, a couple of years ago, and and it's great talking to you, Shaggy, my long lost nephew. I miss you, and I hope I'm in your will.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it might need to be in my will with the way I had that stroke. I hope I keep ticking, but it's definitely one of my goals to get out there to Knoxville. Sadly, couldn't do it this year with all the stuff that happened to me, but I'm telling you, in the next year or two, it is my goal to get out there. And Blake knows, as soon as I land, I'm going to be messaging my long lost cousin, and I would love to meet all you guys. So Dan, thank you once again for all that you do, and we will forever be grateful, man. Good luck with all your ventures and everything you do.
My pleasure, Shaggy. Thank you for everything you do.
All right, that's Blake. That's shows Blake Chapman. But folks, we went through the results order. What a night, man! Here for the 305s. Don't go anywhere, because we got some more. We'll be right back here in a few.
Team Holloway Racing Graphics is your one-stop vinyl shop. We specialize in RC racing of all scales. We do full-size race cars as well. Have a sign that needs done, vehicles lettered, we can do it. PT Speed Shop. We rebuild quarter-scale motors, break them in, dyno them, and get you back to victory lane. We have a parts store opening soon. Check it out at ptspeedshop.com. Check us out at teamholloway.com. We would love to take care of your vinyl needs.
A&J Custom Creations, every design starts with your vision. From natural wood to sleek acrylic, we transform materials into stunning creations. Hands-on craftsmanship meets cutting-edge technology. No two projects are the same, because your ideas are unique. And bring your ideas to life with A&J Custom Creations. Contact us today at andyp@gmail.com or by text at 570-982-0685 for your custom CNC project in wood or acrylic.
All right, we're back, folks, and don't adjust your sets there because we go from dirt racing here to asphalt racing, and we're at Tsukuba. But now I'm with Zach. I know Tsukuba as the road course of Tsukuba, but I did not know that they had an oval on the outside, or kind of an oval. It's kind of an egg-shaped looking track. But, yeah, Zach, it's going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I had no idea they had a racetrack like this, and I'm kind of excited for it. Gonna have right-hand turns only. I mean, you know, the NASCAR in us will say they've got 4 turns. Realistically, I mean, looking at the layout, it's kind of 3. It's almost Pocono-ish.
It is, yeah.
It'll be pretty neat. I'm excited here.
Yeah, and then, you know, it's open wheel machines. We're in qualifying right now. Obviously, got our Bill Calder Memorial here tonight, and had a great race, man. Brian Moore Sr. bringing that one home in the 305s. These are cars and tracks that Calder really enjoyed, and that's why we're running them. And these are the open wheel style. I'm not even sure what you would call them. Looks like a pencil.
What, the car?
Yeah, what are these things?
The Formula V.
Okay, Formula V. See, I know Indy Grand Prix, but I know they have so many subdivisions. I guess it's almost like, you know, NASCAR, they have trucks and Xfinity, Cup, ARCA, you know, stuff like that. But, okay. So it's supposed to be one of their kind of like an entry level to get up into the, maybe what's the Indy Lights or something like that?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
okay.
Kind of like an entry level course.
Right.
They still do run these, but it's just, you know, like real lower level. It's normally like your 16 to 18-year-olds kind of.
Okay. Well, see, all right. So, you know, and basically the same thing with like what you'd call with, you know, dirt racing. You know, we saw the wing sprints through 5s. I know there's, you know, smaller ones. You got your midgets and just real quick, not to get off this here, but talking about dirt, I did not know, and obviously I know Charlotte. I'm only about 50 minutes from it. I know the track there, but I did not know that in Mooresville there's a track, dirt track, and that unfortunately, well, as I say unfortunately because he passed away, Kyle Busch's son runs there a lot, and I can't remember the name of the track. Maybe you know, Zach. There's a famous dirt track. And the only reason I knew about it is because the only reason I knew about it is because they added it to iRacing, and somebody mentioned it, and I went, "Really?" I said, "That's on the way to Mooresville Drag Strip, where I used to race a lot in real life," and never knew it was down there. And I went down there, and I was like, "That's cool." Didn't know who raced there, and lo and behold, like I say, Kyle Busch's son races there, amongst several other ones.
Yeah, so on Friday nights, I actually I got a job announcing at a micro track, basically, and it's the McGrew-Bid Motoplex. And
okay,
we have some drivers like during our PA Speed Weeks for that came up from North Carolina that run at Millbridge weekly. So it was pretty neat. Got to see some guys carry over, and actually, Brexton Busch. Speaking of Brexton, he won at my racetrack last season.
Oh yeah, he's good, man. I mean, he's going to be something else. I mean, obviously, man, got ride. Unfortunately, what happened to his dad, man, right before the race at Charlotte, man, it's just a tragedy and whatnot. But hey, we talk about asphalt, and I know a lot of dirt guys give a hard time on the asphalt side of things.
You're back.
And we're back. What do you mean we're back? Oh, Roger's back. Roger's back. Well, since Roger's up here and we can hear him. Roger, how you doing tonight, and how are you liking the event so far? And maybe just tell us a little bit. We don't have enough time, so we're running qualifying. Tell us a little bit about your experience with Bill Calder. If you heard anything I just said.
He may have disappeared on us.
He might have. Well, he's still here. I don't know if he can't hear us. I know he's doing a lot of drivers meeting and all, but I know him and Bill, and I've talked to Roger before. Him and Bill were very good friends, and so forth and so on. And they knew each other. Because Bill went to what was Oswego Speedway. I've seen some of the videos there because that's where Roger was from.
Roger and Greg Boydell, man, they both did a lot for Bill, especially Greg there towards the end. Boydell, he was taking him to and from appointments, and they were both a huge part for Bill, and I'm sure made the end of his days a lot easier than they could have been. And they're forever angels in my eyes. They were 100% heroes for Bill there towards the end.
Yeah, I know people, man, like I say, week in, week out, they hear me talk about it. Obviously, the Bill Calder Retread series here. And, tonight it's basically, we're running this event for, Bill Calder's memorial race here. And we've got these machines here. Now he's one of the favorite ones for Bill Calder. Looks like qualifying's coming to a close, and looks like G.J. Boydell's going to be the man that's going to put it on pole here tonight for us. And we'll bring up the grid real quick, and man, out front, it's going to be G.J. Boydell. Tim Chapman's going to start it on the outside. Mike Kramer going to be starting in third. Roland Olson up in the fourth. Well, Scott Green starting in fifth. Jeffrey Barker, man, there in the sixth. Dole Lawrence starting seventh. Mark Billings up in the eighth. Steve Bixler, man's going to start there in ninth. Pat Boyce in the 10th. We've got Roger Craig bringing home in 11th. Ed Harris starting there in the 12th. Swinging on here to the 13th place spot. We got Joe Cujo there along with Bill Dunn in the 14th, Andy Patton 15th, Joseph Cookson in the 16th, Terry Landa 17th, Bob Curtis 18th, George Proctor 19th to 20th. We got Armando D there. So good looking field. Well, they brought out the big dollars tonight, Zach. Man, they got the Porsche pace car.
Yeah, they do. Considering the money that's behind this, the pace car may be worth about 7 or 8 of these cars.
There you go, yeah.
Racing behind it. I saw Roger did message us back. I didn't even know this. This is a cool fact. These cars have Volkswagen engines. I would have never guessed that.
Now, I know nothing about these cars. Now, obviously, we go to the trucks and, in the NASCAR side, I can tell you a lot about it. But already got a green flag, and Go ahead, Roger. What you got? Heard Roger speak there for a second, but all right. Here's another thing.
He knows he's in here with
I don't think it. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what. There's going to be no cautions. It's a timed race. We already got some contact in the back, so we're going to try to maybe show you what happened out there. It looks like Bob Curtis in the back here. I know there was a big pileup right there on that start. Yeah, right there. And actually, who was that? That was... Oh, okay. Actually, it was Steve Bixler. Roger was involved. Go back and watch it one more time, because this is what I have to do, man. A lot of times when there's no caution on the road courses, watch what pops up. Ooh, you got contact in the back, man. Bixler did, and then from there, they just trying to step on each other. Getting them right here. A little more contact in the back, man. Well, Boydell still out front. G.J. Boydell leading. So, good old time, but don't get too many timed events. Don't get too many of those.
No, and I'll tell you what, if don't think for a second, Roland Olson didn't feel the pressure there after that dirt race. He's up there running inside the top 3, and where is Terry Landis? He's running in 16th. That battle for the $50, it's looking a lot closer here.
Okay. Yeah, Harris there in 15, Proctor and 14, Craig there. To Terry Landis, he's got in the 16th. He's talking about Roland Olson. Yeah, Olson says, you know what? Hey, you were up front, man, last race. This time it's all mine. I'm going to be up here with you.
Yeah, and Terry Landis, he just went a lap down. G.J. Boydell is picking him up and putting him down. Man, that guy is showing some serious pace. And there goes Terry Landis. He's whipping around in a circle right in front of your leaders.
Oh!
Roland Olson, he got caught up in it.
Uh-oh. This could be interesting. Oh, these guys just out here having fun. Well, it's about watching here, man. Landis, see a bunch of guys, and now that puts, wow, Terry Landis, and then puts Olson a little bit closer. Landis still 17th, man. Olson right there in 10th. Still Boydell out front. He's just kind of dodging and weaving out here to try to get through traffic.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do, because he's got a big-time lead now to the deuce there, Mark Billen. I want to say half a straightaway. I mean, not really familiar with this racetrack, but big-time lead. Oh, somebody's spun out right in front of Boydell. He's able to miss it. Man, he's missing all the landmines.
Oh, gotta love it. Yeah, he's got a 8-second lead now, because Scott Green and Billings, those two guys, man, battling with each other. And somebody's coming through the straight. That's actually Billy coming through the. He took a shortcut. He cheating.
Oh, and G.J. Boydell, he got a piece of it. That's what Scott Green needed to reel him back in. I mean, Boydell's still
got him down to 2 seconds. Yeah, he did. Wow.
Still a huge lead. Man, oh man.
Yeah, but the way this race is, 2 seconds. I'll need you a lap down. The way this race is going.
Yeah, now I think we should say here, I mean, Roger had said something to us. I mean, hopefully the drivers have practiced. They are going to need to do a pit stop here a little bit over halfway. They only got 1 gallon of gas. That should get them around 11 or 12 minutes or so, but this is a 20-minute race, so they're going to have to time it accordingly. Do you want to go early to kind of miss traffic, Joe, or do you feel confident? Do you go in with the whole pack? I mean, it could get nasty on pit road.
I talk a lot. If anybody ever watches any of the NASCAR races I do, I talk a lot about pit strategies and when guys come in and when they don't. And some guys like to stretch that fuel. Some actually, they come in, they short pit. And these machines, I don't know. I mean, Boydell right now, he doesn't have as big as lead as he did. It's chopped down to 1 second. You can see it right there with Green. I'm thinking he could short pit Green and be okay. I think either way at this point he would be fine. Obviously, see right now Green and Pat Boyce coming up through the mix. They're in a lot of traffic though. I could see maybe the top 3 there, Chapman. Any one of those guys coming in together. Oh, contact around. Boyce said, you know what? You got in the way.
And my pops went around again. That's his second or third spin. He falls out of the top 10, and he's pretty close to going a lap down here as Boydell keeps rolling around. But as you had mentioned, Scott Green, he's sneaking up here. He started, P5? He's up 3 spots, and he's within sniffing range now as he goes around the lap car. The only car in front of him now is that 014 of GJ Boydell. He's next on the list.
Oh, you're fine, Moore. I tell you what, man. If you jump over to the Bill Calder one, Moore out there said he was in the actual Coast to Coast Discord. If you jump over to the Bill Calder one, man, after this race, we'll get a word with you on that one. No problem. Well, now here's something interesting too, and I don't know the changes on iRacing. I've just heard through the grapevine as far as when it comes to dirt racing, but over here you've got to worry about tire wear also. So you got to worry about your tires wearing, and has Boydell maybe wore some of those tires? Oh, big contact behind him. It's Chapman again, unfortunately.
You know, that's a really good point that you say that, Joe, because if you get nervous when you come down pit road, do you remember to click off your tires? Because
I've had guys do that.
If you get 4 tires, you're dead. You're not going to win this race, I don't think. You need to remember to click them off.
You can now. The next race we go to with Daytona Talladega, unfortunately, with especially with short laps, you can go without taking tires. Obviously, there's a caution you would definitely want to, but if we got green flag stops on that one, yes, you could go the full race without taking tires there, which is actually beneficial too, because under green flag stops at Daytona, you pretty much don't want to, because you'll go a lap down as Landis went around. Whew, man, I hate to see that one. Under caution, sure. So again, under this, it plays the same. I think you're going to have to take tires with these cars, and I think that's what we're seeing with Scott Green. Why he might be reeling in Boydell. He's down to 0.3 seconds. He's pulling him in.
Yeah, the driver out of New Braunfels, Texas, man, he's going to have to make the move here this time, and he does.
There
he dives
goes.
it low. Boydell doesn't get defensive at all, and I think that's the smart move. Greg needs to keep him close here and maybe try to get it back, win the battle on pit road.
Yeah, just being smooth. Right now you see him kind of smoke the tires just a little bit. Braking is another thing. Again, when it comes to the dirt side of things, I don't think you use a lot of brakes. You're sliding those cars a lot. Here, you're probably going to have to use a little brake. As sharp as some of these turns are, I'm going to say you can't coast through them. Unlike with Daytona, when we go to it next, you pretty much don't have to no brakes unless you maybe dragging it to play with the draft. But as sharp as these turns are, I'm guaranteeing you're having to use a little brakes, maybe lock them up every once in a while. But Green right now holding it out front. Boydell there with him, and car's still spinning in front. We've only got 8 machines on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's not going to be long until maybe we only have 5 or so on the lead lap. Is Mike Kram there? He's going to lose one here. We're down to 8 now. And, man, Scott Green, I'm surprised. I thought we'd maybe see a little more out of Boydell once he fell back to P2. Maybe he'd get to see where he was missing. But Scott's flexing a little bit, man. He was about 1/4 of a second a lap faster that last time. But then as soon as I say that, Boydell gets a little bit angry. He heard me. He's going to turn it back up a little bit, and he reels him back in. And this last time by, what kind of lap time was that? Well, that was the fastest lap of the race for GJ.
23:46. Wow.
Amen. And that was maybe that was the quickest lap out of anyone in the race. And Boydell, he maybe figured it out here, saw where he was being beat, and now he's ready to go.
Yeah, here's he's got contact with a lap car. So I was about to say, Zach, that here's where they got to be careful getting in those lap traffic, and just like that, boom.
Yep,
and almost wiped out. Look who's in third.
Yeah, and I think if you're GJ, you got to take advantage of this here. You got a lot of clear track in front of you. Stay out as long as you can here. Don't even think about coming down pit road, as you see on your ticker. We're pretty close to 10 minutes, almost halfway. Just keep clicking them off. Go as quick as you can here and see if you can't run down Scott.
Yeah, he actually got behind, but you got Roland Olsen, man, right there. Remember that battle between him and Landis? Landis, man, way back a couple laps down, back in the 15th place spot. Boy, you got a ton of lap. Green, though, still out front. Got a 6-second lead. About a big one like he did, man, with Boydell did earlier. But we know how quick that can get wiped away. You get in trouble with some lap cars.
In Hollywood there in the double three, he's holding on to that bottom step of the podium, but he knows he may not have it for long. Mark Billings right behind him. He's got to go. He's feeling the lights here, and he's not in a good spot.
He's sandwiched, ain't he?
Yeah, that is not a fun place to be. And I mean, you can say go to the outside, just go around him, but if the car doesn't want to be there, you can't just force it there, man. He works it to the inside somehow.
Yeah, man. Right now it's kind of modulating through that traffic. Got Olsen there, and then remember that him and Landis in that battle, Landis had the advantage in the dirt. Now it looks like Olsen, if everything ends up like it is, he'll have the advantage here in this one. So it's going to come down to the Daytona race. Oh, right there, Bill Dunn around. Olsen's going, I'm glad y'all did that after I got around.
No kidding. He is so lucky that he snuck around. Mark Billen as well. And I mean, Pat Boyce, he's hanging out in fifth. He's close, but not close enough. And then I gave him the commentator's curse. He loops it a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes, man, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop talking about the guy.
Oh, man, and we were talking about, it wouldn't be long till the top five were the only ones on the lead lap, Joe. Well, you got it. That's all we got on the lead lap. 5 cars at the moment.
Green's the man out front. 6-second lead right now. He's in some lap traffic, and let's see if he can't modulate through it. He's going to take it 3 wide. Oh, now that's going to work. Yeah, he thought better of it. He said, nah, can't get out of that one.
And that's Roger Craig. He's playing some serious defense there. He didn't want to go another lap down. He drove it in there real deep. Still going to protect Scotty. Going to be patient here. And I think with a 6-second lead, not that Scott wants to be too nice, but he's got to be smart about this. And there he goes. He made the move.
Craig thought he's out there fishing or something. He loves bass fishing, by the way. Yeah, he takes vacations every once in a while and goes bass fishing.
Definitely the closest battle on the track, though, is that battle for the bottom step of the podium. Mark Billen is right behind Hollywood. Just can't find a way to get on by.
Tense. Ooh, smoke the tires a little bit. That's locking them brakes up.
Car goes around behind Mark.
Oh, that's Andy Patton. A lot of action on the track, but they should be coming. They should be coming on pit road here soon.
Yeah, I wish we could see their fuel levels, kind of cheat like they do in NASCAR. Get to see what they have in the tank. Because I would have thought they'd have to stop by now, but I mean, stay out as long as you can. You might as well.
Absolutely. I mean, and Green, actually, though, even with Green and his lead he's got with the 7-second lead, he pretty much at this point could pit about any time and be good. I mean, even if Boydell didn't come in, he's going to have to come in, next several, I'm going to say laps, but the next several minutes or so afterwards. I think Green's in the best spot right now.
Yeah, most definitely.
Although he's got a lot of traffic in front of him, he's going,
Yeah, unless one of those lap cars loop it in front of him. I mean, he is coming up on P5. Pat Boyce, how bad does Pat want to stay on the lead lap here? I mean, does he play nice? Now, Pat's got to think twice here. Remember, we talked to him, he came home P3 in the 305 race. Now, the 5th is pretty dang good. 3rd and 5th, that's averaging 4th. He needs the race smart. I'm not very good at math here, Joe, but I think averaging P4 through 2 races, that probably makes him the top man on the board.
I would say so, because we do have a championship at the end of this thing here. Calculate up all the points and whatnot. Like you said, with with Boyce there in 5th. I mean, consistency wins a lot. I mean, even though he's got Billen right there and then he's got Green trying to look to put him a lap down, how much do you want to fight him? I'm with you.
I grew up watching that. Now, Mark Martin, my favorite driver, he never got the championship, but the consistency was always up near the top. And I mean, if he can flirt around there, around the bottom step of the podium, this is going to be a good night for Pat.
Coming for you, man.
He's just got to keep it clean there over at Daytona when we get the trucks.
Another thing I'm looking at on these cars, I'm trying to see if I can get another angle, because I noticed they're not running it is a slick, but it does not look like a true slick. It almost looks like a drag radial slick. You see the line in the middle of it there. I was just noticing, I thought, well, these things got street tires on them, or sort of it's a unique slick. I don't know what exactly, again, I don't know a lot about these cars. I'd have to look them up and do some research, but that does not look like your normal slick tires. So that might be another reason why. Might be some of the tire wear or so forth, but we're down to 3 minutes to go here. Green's not pitted. Could he be saving some fuel? I mean, he's got a big enough lead to.
That's what I was just trying to figure out, Joe. You and I are on the same page. Is he maybe clutching towards the end of the straightaways? I mean, he is. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. He's hitting the mid-80s there at the end of the straightaways.
Stayed in third right there.
I don't know. I mean, he may have figured it out.
Well,
maybe it didn't have to.
I mean, as much as we might want to say, well, these are open wheel cars and all, it don't play a factor. A draft will play a factor still. I mean, yes, it's a short track, so it's not going to be like we're going to see at Daytona or any bigger track. But being behind some of these other cars could help him save some fuel too. Now, not to say that they might not have to come in with a minute to go. That could happen. But right now, he's looking like he might be able to take this thing.
Yeah, it's, he's not the only one thinking like that. I mean, the top four, they have not come down. I don't think Pat Boyce has either. It looks like the top 7 have definitely not been
top
down
8,
pit road.
actually all the way back to 9th place. Cranmer was the first one that came in, which he came in at lap 22. Well, it says...
Oh, that's right. SDK will tell us that. I just need to scroll over a little bit more.
It says 22, so I don't know what time that was, but I'm going to just say the laps. It says 22. Then you had Roger at 17. Now, a lot of these guys had to come on pits because maybe some damage or so forth, but those are just only a couple have come in. I mean, pretty much half the field has stayed out. And
I'd be surprised by that. If I thought we would need to pit, like I say, I would have been one of those halfway pitters. So I may have doomed myself by coming in too early. And these guys, they may be playing it right here. I mean, we're under the 2-minute mark. What, a minute 50 to go? And I don't think we see any sign of needing guys to come down pit road.
Still a 5-second lead, 6 seconds right there with Green and Boydell. I mean, Greens did an outstanding job, man, just modulating through all this lap traffic, trying to get around, being very cautious, watching out. He's a little hard on those brakes, man, smoking them a little bit. As long as that thing, man's keeping straight. So is Boydell. He's right there. So that tells me that maybe the tires are wearing a little bit. He's starting to smoke a little bit more.
I'll tell you what, though, Joe. Second, third, and fourth, put them under the blanket. I mean, boy, oh boy, we're 19 minutes into this race, and second, third, and fourth couldn't be any closer than they are right now. I mean, the middle, bottom step of the podium, they're far from decided yet. Roland could go up here and steal P2.
Roland must have heard our interview, man, where he said he's not in front of Landis because it's like a flip to the script here. Olsen's kind of sitting there in third, and Landis is the man way back.
Yeah, I mean, he knew Landis got P2 last race. He needs to try to at least match him here. Can he go in here and
get it? 2. He's right there, Boydell. Oh, he got contact though. Oh, that might have hurt him.
Does that allow Mark Billen to drive around the outside of him? How aggressive does Mark get?
Oh, what a race. Coming down to 20 seconds to go. This should be the last lap. It does. Well, it says it takes him 23 seconds to get a lap around here. Yep, white flag. There it flew. So, does he got anything? I mean, he's a second back from Boydell. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get to him. But what a race for Green. Boydell looks like he's going to hang on to second, but Roland Olson going to hold to that third. Wild one here, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, the podium was definitely not decided until the last trip around. It was exciting there. Roland got into it with a lap car, but he's able to hold on to P3. Mark Billen just came up a little bit shy there in P4.
Let's see if I can't find Scott Green down there. But meanwhile, we'll bring up old Roland Olson. Let you get a word with him.
Hollywood, long time no speak, brother. How are we feeling after 20 minutes here of turning right?
It was good. It was fun. Bill loved this track. He loved these cars. It's great to be out there. I'm embarrassed I couldn't get my Nesquik wrap to work, but otherwise it was a heck of a good race, Scott. You kind of ran away with it there. We had a good battle going on for second, third, and fourth, and so yeah, it was a little bit of a white knuckle on occasion. Trying to get through the lap traffic, but everybody was pretty good about making way for the leaders. So overall, it's a great event. So happy to be part of it, and thank you to you guys in the booth. You go do a whole lot of road racing. How was it to do a race from the booth on a road?
Well, I mean, it had to be a little more exciting for you there, especially coming down to that final minute. I mean, you three, you talked about it a little bit, man. Second, third, and fourth, you guys were damn near under the blanket, man, within a half a second of each other. And I think that was Pat Boyce. I couldn't really tell in the camera view who I was in, but you made a little bit of contact with the lap car, and I'll tell you what, you had to see your life flash before your eyes, man. Mark Billen taking a peek on the outside when you thought you had to move for second.
I'm not going to lie. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to go check my shorts on that one because, that was a brown flag moment for sure. But a fun one. And, hey, if you're not, rubbing, you're not racing. So even in open wheel. But, hey, thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Hope you guys are having as much fun doing the broadcast as we are, out on the track. So thank you.
Well, we definitely are, man. But I want to talk to you a little bit about that battle you got going on with old Chocolate Water down there. I mean, he struggled in this one. What, P13? Now, where did you finish in the 305s?
I think I finished 14th. So 14th out of 23, so somewhere middle of the pack.
Okay,
I needed a podium to stay competitive. It'll come down to the last lap at Daytona.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You guys are damn near even
and
now.
I know
so
y'all two are close on Daytona.
It'll be a little bit more fun. It'll be a little bit more fun because I will have my truck wrapped in the Nesquik logos and paint, so that'll be fun for you guys. Just as a matter of course, he and I pushed him across the finish line last week. I T-boned him as we crossed the finish line. So that's how close hopefully it'll be that way this time.
Yeah, I was going to say, does Terry's car in your mind, does it have a big bullseye painted on it on that last lap this week?
You always got to keep an eye out for Terry. He's full of the tricks that, they don't call him the Desert Demon for nothing.
Well, hell of a job, man. Congratulations. You were up there on the podium pretty much the whole dang race. You thought maybe you were going to get a P2, but hey, we'll take third. Heck of a job.
Hey, super Sky said just a super Sky point to Bill and to Roger for pulling all this together. So thanks, guys. We'll see you over at Daytona.
Go get him, brother.
There we go, man. That's old Roland Olson, and I always week in and week out, Zach, man. I go between those guys because one has the Nesquik, one has the Yoo-Hoo, and I love it when they get together, man, on the track. But let's bring up old second place man, GJ Boydell here tonight. Let's get a word.
Yeah, and arguably the biggest supporter of Bill Calder coming down to the end. I mean, GJ, all that you did for that man, it was only right that you finish on the podium for him in this race. Talk to us about it, brother. Maybe not where you want, but P2, that is a hell of a run here after 20 hard-fought minutes.
Thanks, Zach. Yeah, it was just trying to be consistent and stay out of the trouble.
Yeah, and it looked like to me, you were kind of trying to pace that car when you were in the lead. And when Scott got by you, I mean, I don't know if you had your spotter on, if you could hear, but when you saw maybe where he was beating you in 1 and 2, you picked it up. It's so fast that you ran the fastest lap of the race as soon as he got by you, but then a little bit of bad luck with lap traffic. And I mean, when you got spun sideways there, when you got hit, you had to you needed something bad to happen to Scott to get back into this thing, didn't you?
Yeah, you're right about that. The car was fast, and yeah, like I said before, it was just staying out of the garbage.
Well, when we go over here to Daytona, man, you may be able to fool everybody else, but you can't fool me. You're going to be one of the favorites, man. How do we go pick up a dang checkered flag tonight?
I'm not one of these guys that I lay back and run at the back into the last 5 laps. I'm going to put it up front and try and stay there all race.
Well, Iron Man, congratulations on the P2. Heck of a run, brother. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, we want to thank you guys for helping us out, and Flatline Bodies for sponsoring. And I want to give a special shout out to all the volunteers at Bob Kemp Hospice. They are incredible people, and they're what makes that place work. So the money is definitely going to an awesome cause.
Yeah, and GJ, you should, or really, it's terrible. I should know this, okay? But we're at over what? We're at around $1,100 Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Going in there right now.
It was 800 something, I think, US, but he might know the exact figure.
I don't know. That would be a Roger question, actually.
Yeah, guys, we're over 1,200 Canadian already and counting.
Nice.
1,200. Yeah, so that's awesome, man. Well, hell of a run, GJ. Go put it up there one more time, man. You know I'm rooting for you, Iron Man. Go get it.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Roger, and also to Joe for being here too.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Boyd L. And like he just said, man, it's always wild to see him. Let's bring the man that won it here tonight, though, Scott Green. Let's get a word in with him.
Yeah, I never got to talk to this man before. Mr. Green, hell of a job out there, brother. It was almost like you were just pacing yourself there in the early stages, and then once you got up to Boydell, man, you took a sniff of that lead, and you never looked back, man. Hell of a job. How we feeling?
I was feeling real good. It's more of an obstacle avoidance track than it was a flat-out racing track, but it was a lot of fun. I don't run these cars very often.
It's funny you say that, because that's what I was talking to Greg and Roland about. I mean, how much are you, kind of peeking in the side mirrors, looking behind you as much as you are in front of you? I mean, you're basically racing everybody around you just as much as you are that racetrack here tonight.
Well, I was very lucky because I could see about the apex of 3 where the wrecks were coming out on the front straight, and that was the key. If you just late apex, you could make the corner without running into the wrecks. But it was.
Oh no, go ahead, finish.
No, it was a lot of fun, and then a little actually trail braking seemed to help that car a lot. It wanted the gas and the brake at the apex.
Now, shame on me for not asking the other two this, but it just kind of clicked in my brain. We thought maybe you guys were going to have to pit. How close were you, Scott, to needing to come down pit road? Because obviously you were able to stay out there for the whole 20 minutes, but were you running on E there at the end?
I was at 0.26 gallons, and I was managing it a little bit, but I noticed that he gave everybody 1.8 versus 1. So I think that was where the difference was.
Oh, okay. So you had a little more than just that gallon, or yeah, we definitely would have had to pit. But it's interesting that you said that you're having to manage it. So what were we doing? Were you maybe clutching it going into the corners, doing different things?
Actually, I was running a couple fourth gears down the straight. Just and if I had 3 or 4 seconds on the guy behind me, I'd put it in fourth gear, just kind of like easy off. And then once you got within 2 or 3 seconds, I'd get back to running second, third.
Well, that says the talent that we have here, Joe, because I would be so focused on my race and what I need to do. I wouldn't be worried about how close that guy was behind me. But Scott, that's impressive, man. You're worried about that relative just as much as, what's going on around you. Hell of a job. Well-earned win. Do you think you can go play around and get on the podium again here when we go to Daytona?
I'm going to give it a good try. I was running second and third in the 305s until I had a little incident with about 4 laps to go. So I'm going to give it a shot there. The wife normally wants me in for dinner by now, so I have to do a little sweet talking between events here.
Well, hey, hopefully you're better at it than me, because my old lady doesn't necessarily listen to me like that. But hell of a job, Scott. Congratulations on the big W, man. Who we want to thank?
Flatline Racing Buddies, and if the wife's not happy, we're not happy. And I definitely appreciate Roger and all of his work for all this setting it up.
A hell of a job, man. Like you said, one more to go. So go sweet talk that wife. Make sure we can race this last one, and we'll be rooting for you, bud. Give him hell.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't take my car keys.
There we go, man. Scott Green bringing her home here tonight, and a wild one, folks. Don't go anywhere, man. We're going Daytona racing. High Banks, man. 2.5 mile super speedway for myself here. We'll be right back in a few.
It's about the precision, the years of hitting the line perfect. Every lap is a tribute, every turn is a lesson in speed. Welcome to the track, where the experience hits the asphalt. Old warriors, new steel. Welcome to the show! Bill Calder focus, thousands of miles of grit. It's more than a race, it's a standard of excellence. Keep the hammer down, keep the vision clear. Keep the hammer down, keep the vision clear. History in the making, experience at the wheel. Bill Calder Retreads. The asphalt division. Green flag is let's go racing. Let's go racing.
All right, folks, we're back. And, okay, now, big track racing, big time field. We're at, I call it the epicenter of all things motorsports. It kicks off the race season for real racing, and that's Daytona. Obviously, it kicks off, 24 hours of Daytona, and then the Daytona 500, the Busch Clashes, and then we start off, later on in, we get to your dirt racing, your Indy racing, your road racing. Said everything kicks off. But Daytona's where it starts at here. 2.5 miles super speedway here. A massive track, trucks here tonight. Qualifying, and Zach, I know you're a diehard dirt guy. Here's kind of where my backyard is here when we come to NASCAR. A lot of things, man, to talk about is, got a little championship thing going on here in the Bill Calder Memorial. We were just looking at the points, talking about the points. Obviously, the points are pretty much the same as what like a normal NASCAR race would be. Leader gets a certain amount of points, and then it's 1 point per position past that way. And from what I was calculating, Boydell and Boyce right now, those two guys, it's almost like a position or two separating them. But you go there in the third place, they're going to need a little bit of help. They're going to need probably Boydell and them to drop out of, I'm going to say, the top 10 to maybe have a shot at that championship there.
Yeah, definitely going to need a bit of help, which is not what Boydell or Boyce wants to hear. They wanted to stay clean and green there till the end, but we'll have to see. 50 laps at Daytona. This is going to be a long race. So go ahead, pop the popcorn. It's going to be a long one, and hopefully it's going to be an exciting finish.
Well, and also with a track like this, it's not if, it's when the big one will happen. That's kind of the old saying here, because you anticipate it so much. These trucks will not get separated from each other unless you lose the draft. And then if you lose the draft and you don't have help out there, you're pretty much a sitting duck. You're like a rock in water, as I say, because you're going to just drop, and then eventually the pack's going to end up getting to you. So you will not see these trucks get split up. The only time that you might see multiple packs on here is if we get some green flag stops. And obviously in this race, we're only going to have one. So if we get that stop and it's green, and these guys, it doesn't get broke up a lot by some cautions or whatnot, and we get that one green flag stop, then you might end up, depending on who comes in first, who comes in later, it might break that pack up a little bit. It'll be interesting to see, man, if they can, kind of group them back up or whatnot. But right now, man, look who's putting on pole. G.J. Boydell. He's trying to say, you know what, the championship's mine.
Yeah, when the pressure's on, he's turning it up. But we got a couple quicker laps coming in, and I'm telling you, Doyle Lawrence, you haven't heard that name a whole lot tonight. You're going to be hearing it a lot tonight at Daytona. Doyle Lawrence, he is a restrictor plate guy.
He is. A lot of these guys, I watch them week in and week out. Landis loves restrictor. We just talked to Roland Olson. Those two guys love the restrictor plates. Like you said, Lawrence does too. Lawrence actually just built him a whole new computer, man, about a month or so ago. He's talking about it. So he's all excited and get out here and loving it. But another interesting tidbit about Daytona and qualifying in particular is, and this comes from experience of watching many years, and you mentioned Mark Martin. Well, Zach, we're about the same age. I got a little bit more on you, but I can take it a little further on back into the early 80s. But yet, Daytona, when it comes to qualifying, it's more of a bragging right. Unlike any other track where, you want to get that position. Because I've seen guys win from pole, middle, back. I've seen them win 2 laps down starting on pit road. So it's more to me as a bragging right because of the unknown about this track. You're never safe, whether you're out front, whether in the middle, whether you're in the back. You see some guys take that plan of let me ride in the back a little bit. Hopefully I'll avoid maybe the wreck or so forth. Sometimes don't always pan out. So to me, putting it on pole, it's more of a bragging right. Say, hey, I put it on pole at Daytona. I'm the man up front. And some guys, you're going to see them over the course of race here, Zach, they're going to want to stay out front. They're going to actually, I think Boydell said that. He wants to stay out front. He doesn't want to actually go to the back and kind of ride until maybe till the end.
No, yeah, because I mean, if you're leading the thing in theory, Joe, you should be safe. You know,
You should be, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you might as well just keep the nose clean and clean air. I mean, don't get nestled back in the pack. That is not where you want to be. That's for sure.
Well, let's look at the grid real quick. The man up front, Dole Lawrence, puts it out front, man. Pat Boyd's going to start there along beside of him. We got old Joe Cujo there in the third place. Mark Billin starting in fourth. Roland Olson up in the fifth. Joseph Cookson starting in the sixth. DJ Boydell there in seventh. Terry Landis in the eighth. Ed Harris starting ninth. We got George Proctor. He's going to start in the 10th. Mike Kramer starting 11th. 12th place man is going to be Armando D. Let's swing it over to the 13th here. 13th place Stephen Bixler. Andy Patton there in 14th. Tim Chapman 15th. Scott Green, starting in the 16th. Bill Dunn there in the 17th. Bob Curtis starting in 18th. We got Mark Osser going to start in 19th. And Roger Craig there in the 20th spot. So great looking field of machines out here tonight. And some, kind of, how do I put it? Talking points that we're going to look at is the fact of one, G.J. Boydell and Pat Boyce very close in the points for the overall points. But then again, we got Roland Olson starting there in fifth with Terry Landis starting in eighth. They got their own little battle going on to the, I still say chocolate milk, chocolate drinks, but the chocolate cars, I'll say it that way, starting out here tonight.
Yeah, and interesting enough, I think, obviously the race, we got 50 laps to go, but what is the points deficit? Is 2 points between those guys right now?
Pat Boyce and Boydell.
Roland,
yeah.
Or I mean between Olsen
I don't know,
and Terry, excuse me.
Where do we find that one at?
So Olsen he'd win by 1 point, I think, right now if this race were to come to an end, but it's good to see. I'll tell you, Roger, he's pulling that 325 out front. He's going to pace the field, and it is awesome to see that 325 out front again. You heard me mention in the beginning of the night, Bill Calder's only win over there in the Coast to Coast Racing League came in this 325, and it was a truck race here it was either Daytona or Talladega, and it is awesome to see that 325 pacing the field.
I like it right there, man. A good tribute machine to him, the 325, pacing us out front here. Roger Craig here tonight. And like you said, and another little tidbit with Daytona and Talladega, for that matter, produces the most first-time winners in any of the NASCAR tracks. In real world and on iRacing, for that matter. So, like what you said, I mean, Bill Calder getting a win here, take nothing away from him. Enjoyed racing, and it takes, you said it the best earlier, Zach. It just takes, I don't want to take anything away from any other drivers out here, but it takes a special breed to come out here just to enjoy it, because there's so much competitiveness when it comes to racing in general, and it's either on iRacing or the sim side or the real life side. But for a guy to come out and just truly just enjoy it, whether I win or lose, whether I wreck, I'm out here with good friends. I'm out here, and that's what we're celebrating tonight. Bill Calder, the memorial race, and in a nutshell, Bill Calder, Retread series. You see the pace truck there in the pace car. Duck off. Don't think we will. But they might be going green. Lord, I thought we made it stop and let Craig get back in line, but these guys are going green.
Yeah, I think Roger's okay with running around in the back. Whenever we do get our first caution, he'll just wave himself back around, and it may not be a while for a caution, Joe. We're 3 wide through 1 and 2 of the first lap. Take a look at this.
You'll already see it, man, real quick. 3 wide, 2 wide. These guys, man, can put it 4 wide. This track is definitely large enough to do it. You got Roland Olson stuck there in the middle, down low. That's got Cookson, man. Cujo's there, too, but on the top side. As Cookson on the top side. Cujo's down there on the bottom side, man, along with it. Behind him, there's those 2, man, chocolate machines, man. One of them, man's got quick. One of them's got Yoo-Hoo. Here comes Landis to the outside, though. Again, they've got Olsen man strung in that middle. He's got no help. He's going to need some drafting help.
Yeah, I'm surprised the chocolate machines, didn't just sit there, wore apart, set it on the side for a little bit, maybe work together. But, man, they're bouncing off each other here going down the front stretch. 3 wide, Roland Olsen. Does he go up there and shut the door? He indeed does.
Yeah, you know what? And that's a good thing. Landis found an opening, got in there because he had no help on that top side there. You see Pat, man, and Bill and out front drafting very good with each other. And I say that, then here comes Lawrence to the outside. He looks like he doesn't want to just ride. He wants to be the one out front leading us. And you're going to see that. Some guys love that. If you can get a helper to go to that outside, that's another thing. You want to be on the inside preferably. And you can see on that outside, you're going to need some help. You're going to need that guy to tuck up. Here's what I call this early on here, Zach. I call this textbook drafting. And what I mean by that is you see like a hood, a half a hood, or more off of each other. I see that truck upside down. Woo, got the big one. That was Cujo. Oh, and it got Olsen and Landis. Oh, both of them. Wow. Oh, we're going to go back, man, and kind of look at this one. That started up front.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. If one's involved, you want to see both involved. If you're one of the drivers, they're sucked up into it.
Things can happen. What I tell you, you're not safe up front or middle or back at this place. Anything can happen. You can actually see, man, right there. Those two he got on the outside of him, man. His spotter probably told him clear. Well, I guess that's one way of winning the championship. Just take a competitor out. Yeah, there you go. He clipped Landis coming down. Olsen did. Landis thought he was clear. Didn't make it clear. Boom.
I would think they have unlimited quick repairs, though.
They do. Yep.
Now, Joe, I don't really remember. You may know a little better than me what their fuel load is like.
40%. And
okay, so
on 40%, they in a 50-lap race, they probably can go 20. They could go to 25 laps. They could go to 25, and that's going to push them right there at 25. Because normally, and we're just watching this replay again, and man, Landis almost had it cleared. Olsen just came right down and got the clip on him.
You got to think too here. We could have some green, white, checkered restarts. Some extra laps. So you don't want to push it too close. You got to be thinking about that here early.
Another thing you can look at it. There's a couple, just like in the last version, the variables that you look at too. One, obviously these cautions here help tremendously. Meaning you could. There's no reason why you shouldn't be in fourth gear if not hitting the clutch every once in a while or turning it off and on. But you should at least be in fourth gear. That way the RPM stay low. You're saving fuel here. So what I like to say, since these cautions are a little longer when it comes to like a bigger track, for every caution we have, it's almost a lap or two that you can maybe, I'm going to say at least a lap, maybe almost two, that you can gain on saving fuel on a green flag, because it's usually about 4 to 5 laps that you do on the caution. So I'm gonna say you can save a lap, so that plays a factor. So let's say they can go 25 laps. Right off the top of my head, I don't know the exact number, but let's say the halfway mark, which is probably what a lot of these guys are shooting for, one pit stop. Then again, they could go a couple, like lap 20 or so. You're saving a lot of fuel here under these cautions. That's why you didn't see everybody come down. With Roland Olsen, he wrecked. He obviously had to come down. But from 10th on back is when you see everybody come in. Everybody up front stayed out. I think they know that they can save fuel. So this is where, a little different from the dirt side of things, where over here, the talking points a lot of is this right here. You rack your brain up here in the booth trying to figure out what these guys are going to do pitch strategy-wise. And then a caution comes. You're sitting here, you're talking, and then a caution comes and it throws everything you just said out the window. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, though.
Yeah, I think, if I'm in the back half of the field, I think dang near every caution that comes out, I'm going to come in and just top off every single time.
If you're
Just to
back
make
there,
sure.
yeah. If you're 15th on back, or so, if you're just one that's kind of hanging back, why not come in? You know, you're not that. If you're up front here like Lawrence and them, you've got to be a little bit more strategic. Obviously, Boyce is looking at that big picture when it comes to, with the championship. So he's looking at big picture of what do I got to do to make this strategy-wise work for me here tonight. So if you're up front, yeah. But again, I'm going to go to the flip side. Unlike other tracks, even on this track, if you're up front and you pit, by going to the back, and let's say you go in the pits, you come back out, you go to the back, you're still bunched up. As long as you're in that draft, you can get back to the front very easy. So that's kind of the flip side of the coin on this track here, as opposed to maybe something like a 1.5 mile where it would be harder to pass, like a Charlotte or Atlanta or something, or it'd be harder to pass to get through the field. Here, the draft's going to take you through the field. So you still have that option, even if you are a lap car or in the top 5, to pit under it. But I'm with you. Most of the time you're in the back, yeah, you definitely you're going to want to come in, no brainer. Top it off.
Yeah, because I definitely don't expect it, but you never know. We could see 30 laps green flag here, and some of the guys that didn't come down pit road there, you never know. One of them loops it as they go to slow down coming on pit road, and that could be a real game changer. Catch a couple guys a lap down.
I've seen some caution-free plate track races, and it takes a lot of just patience is a big thing here. And sometimes you just see the closing rate right there. We saw on that wreck. It can happen so quick. Your spotter tells you're clear. The next thing you know, by the time he says you're clear and you get that opening is already closed up and the guy's on your inside. But pace car's ducking in. Here we go. Getting set to go green. You got Lawrence, man, Boyce up front. And here's what I'm going to show you where the tires here really just don't matter. I hate saying it like that, but they just really don't matter a lot. You can get away without having tires and go the whole entire race. I know there's some guys in the very, very back that took tires, but you're just not going to come through the field like a normal, 1 mile, 1.5 mile track where they'll come through the field with new tires. Some races just don't work as well, but you will see a lot of side-by-side racing, and Lawrence right now doesn't want to get too far out. And they'll push him back in here, man. Zach.
No, yeah, that's the problem with Daytona. You do got to kind of peek in that rearview mirror. If you're the leader, you almost want to come out of the throttle a little bit if you see those guys get too far behind you, because that draft is going to suck up on you in a hurry. And I think that was well played by Lawrence. They're looking to maybe go 3 wide a little further behind.
Yeah, the 3 wide is the notion here. Kind of early on to go 3 wide. I was talking earlier about the kind of textbook draft. You can still see them. They're not right there on the back. Now, obviously, you get more 5 laps to go, especially with the last lap. You're going to put your bumper, man, try to put it in this passenger seat to get that guy in front of you to go. It's all fair and love and racing is what I say. Right now, though, these guys are trying to figure out where's my truck at, where's it work best. You got Roger Craig right there in the 8th place spot. He's up 12 spots. Hey, again, like I said, even though he started open. Now, I say earlier, pit road, I've seen him 2 laps down, win this thing. There you go, perfect example. He didn't even start the race with the guys. He had to start on pit road, got a caution, got a break. Now he's up here in 12th or 8th.
No, honestly, I think right now they're all just cruising, going to the grocery store, Joe. I don't think the race starts until we hit that lap number 30 mark. When we get about 20 laps to go, that's when you start to sweat a little bit. Maybe grip the wheel harder. Caution, Not yet. We stay green somehow, some way.
That is because he got far. I will say this track has a runoff to it, unless he doesn't stop on the track. Nope, he actually towed it. Okay. Who was that? Bob Curtis? Let's see what happened to him here.
Yeah, I think it was Bob and Stephen Bixler, the mayor.
Yeah, Bob Curtis. See, I saw them get together right there. That silver machine there is 75. Yeah, Bixler. Push. A little bump. Right now, a little early. Yeah, they just got side by side. Next thing you know, and then it's such a runoff here. He hit that wall so far off that there's a threshold here in iRacing to where the caution will get thrown on this track. Unfortunately, you have to pretty much almost come all the way back up to that. And, oh, never mind, Roger Craig hard the wall and rolling Olsen again. Oh, that is not helping out. That's going to throw our caution, but that is not helping out his championship with Terry Landis.
It looked like my dad floated up a little bit there in that 37 machine, caught Roger, and Roger came down and hooked Roland, dude. Just a product of the beast.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was about to say before this, bump drafting. You don't really want to do it this early. Now, obviously, the last lap, forget about it. You know, I'm telling you, oh, yeah, caught him just a little bit. Roger got into him, and hey, that happens just one of them plate track races. But bump drafting, you definitely don't want to do it, you know, through the turns, through the tri-oval. Not yet, anyways. That's more of a last lap type of thing that you want to kind of hold off on. But caution out, Lawrence man up front, and Olsen. Did he tow the car? No, he's got a fast fix. He must have towed the truck. Taking an awful long time for him to get back on here. I mean, because if he don't get back out here, pretty much Landis is going to take the chocolate wars.
Yeah, I think with the way he hit the wall, it probably blew the motor, Joe, and he had to tow it back. But I think, you know, they'll do the waiver rounds tonight. That may be the lifesaver for him, but he's definitely going to lose the lap or two here early.
Let's see.
The pit road's looking pretty busy.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, all those guys didn't pit earlier are going to come in and pit now. And to be honest with you, I don't think they could go the distance from this one. Yeah, he just got clipped there. Trying to see if the motor might went boom. He hit hard. You see it off. This is going to tell us we towed right here. You see the motor's not running, so I think it did pop it. Unfortunate, too, because look how close he is to pit road. Need to get a faster tow truck, honestly. Because he was right there at pit road. All right, so the guys who pitted on lap 4 are the ones top 5 now. The ones that appear pitted on lap 11. I don't think still that's going to get them all the way. I think they're still going to have to make another pit stop. It's all going to be a matter of how much of these cautions we have. That's what it's going to boil to.
Yeah, and I think we're being nice here, Joe, but I think we may get 1 or 2 extension laps here. I don't know if it's going to end on lap 50, so I would want plenty extra in the tank here tonight.
Yeah, green, white checkers. You definitely have. I don't know if they've got it set up. Usually on the Bill Calder retread each week, they have unlimited green, white checkers. They have unlimited fast fixes. Like I said, it's more of a fun league. I like it, you know, because the guys get out here and just have a ball. I don't know if he limited them tonight. It should be there, but I'm with you. I mean, we very much could. You know, like I say, if we get to the white flag, it's official. The whole field could kill themselves at that point. I've never seen that happen. I have seen some huge wrecks on the last lap, but never seen it where it just wipes out the entire field. I always wondered what would happen if the first person that could limp back to, or does it just end it how it is? I don't know how that would work.
I don't either, and I'm
trying to consult iRacing, man. I had to consult. What happened if the whole field wiped out on the white flag? I mean, it just nobody made it to the checker. I mean, nobody made it to the checker. How would the race end? Who would win it?
It's had to have happened. You know, it's had to have happened somewhere, somehow.
I mean, you can't get out of these cars and run to the start finish line. I mean, you can see some little virtual guy get out of the truck and take off running. Old Scott Green up front here, Landis, Kramer. Like I say, for the top 5, those are the ones that pitted at lap 4. Kramer, Osser, Mondo D there with it. Then you got Lawrence back there. And like what you said, and Roland Olson, yep, he was able to get that thing, and he's getting his waiver rounds now, so we'll probably extend this caution. This actually helps fuel too, where, you know, the more caution laps you're running, it's really going to help guys out like Lawrence and them. You know, because the more you're running, the more you're saving fuel. You know, if we ride on board here with Lawrence, yeah, see him right there. He's actually touching that clutch. You saw the RPMs dropping to 12, 1300. That means he's tapping that clutch every once in a while, and that's really, Zach, whether you could make it or not, there should be no reasoning under caution that you shouldn't, one, be in fourth gear or clutching it until you're ready to go, like right here. Then you're going to put it down to second gear. I don't think you'd want to start in third. Pretty much going to start in second. Maybe old tires, you might start third. But yeah, you want to be in that higher gear clutch. But green flag, and look at Landis, man, already going to jump back right there behind Green, and he says, I'm in a good spot right now. Let me just ride a little bit.
Yeah, that was one of the smarter plays here we've seen all night. I mean, Landis, no dreams of racing for the lead. He saw the leader get the good jump. He goes, all right, I'll just fall right in line. Let's ride for a little bit. Long time to go here.
Because he knows if he got stuck on that outside, the guys would go to the inside, he'd have no help. He could drop the, 4, 5, 6 positions real easily to the back. Right here, though, he's able to run a lot of times. Now, I don't know if you got to do any, NASCAR racing or not on iRacing. I don't know if you have or not.
Oh yeah, I've actually been to Daytona,
Okay.
Joe. I'm a big NASCAR guy. My father there in that 37, he's rubbed off on me. Now I'm the bigger dirt racing guy, I would say. I mean, my dad Tim, he ran a little bit of go-karts when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
But I'm definitely bigger into sprint cars and stuff than he is.
Yeah.
He is a ride or die NASCAR. He will watch all 500 laps of Bristol. He is
Okay.
one of those guys.
Nice.
Where I am not. But yeah, I enjoy some NASCAR.
Well, okay, so I'm going to bring up a little thing. We're riding on board here with Cranmer. You can see how he pulls up on the back end here of Landis. And one of the two, the reason I brought that up is because when I raced on here, it's been a while, I always preferred the outside lane for one reason only on here. You see how close they are. And when you get up close, the only thing you see is that big wing and big spoiler. You can't see anything peripheral up front. You can there as he backs off. But going into a turn, what I see here is you don't know where the turns start if you're close up. Right there, he can see it. But if he was tucked up on the back end, he would not be able to see it. And you could easily get your tires on the apron and upset the truck. Unlike right here with Ed Harris, he can see ahead of those trucks and see where that apron is. So I always felt comfortable up high. The only problem is it's more beneficial down low in the draft unless you have a massive amount of help up there on the top side. And right now you see Harris has none, so he's going to drop back. He's going to get back in line. So kind of just some kind of little neat little perspectives of what the drivers have to deal with when drafting. Another thing too, drafting wise, you're pretty much wide open here. Your foot doesn't really come off the gas. There's two ways to draft. When you run up on someone and you feel your truck or car pulling up, drafting up to them, keep it to the floor and then just drag the brake. Just barely tap the brake, let it drag and slow the truck down that way. That way you keep your that's the best way because it keeps your momentum going. Coming off the gas and back on, you sometimes can come off of it too long, and these trucks, with having the plates on them like they do, take so long to get back up to speed, you could actually lose several positions by just lifting off that throttle just a little bit.
No, you're exactly right. Now, I'll tell you what, I like this front pack, but what the 737's doing out front, he's making me a little nervous because he's, and it's got to be even more nerve-wracking for Terry Landis because he can't run the bottom right now, you know, and that's where the Desert Demon wants to go. But that 737, he's running kind of the middle, and that's putting those front two in no man's land. Now, lucky Mike Cramner, he's kind of committed. He's running P3 right now. He doesn't want to get aggressive. But, Joe, the second he does, I mean, those front two, they're kind of making their... Oh, who went around? Is that Pat Boyce?
Yeah, he went around and saved it. Wow, what a save.
Yeah, and he's maybe wishing he didn't save it, Joe. He's going to need a yellow flag or he's going to be in big trouble.
Let's go back and watch that. He spun it there, and man, what a save by the 41. I went a little too far back. We'll watch it right here. The 28. Oh, they just got together. And man, what a save. I like that. That was beautiful. Yeah, you're right, because he's going to be a sitting duck. He's just nowhere he can go. But, yeah, to bring back up on that point you was talking about right here, one, you're right. You're right there on the inside. You can't pass down on the inside. You can't go below the yellow line. That's the rule. So you're going to see green as pit stops, okay? Earlier than I thought. Actually, these are the guys that pitted on lap 4. Whoa, hang on to a land. Oh, the 70 round. Oh, no. Well, these are the guys that pitted on lap 4. So, these guys that pitted on lap 11, they're only going to pit one more time. Then they're good. I think they're good. But, and to bring up what you were talking about there a minute ago, and you can see it with the top two here, it won't take long for Chapman and them to get back up out to them. They've got about 5 cars compared to the 2 up here. But like the 88, he's in an awkward position because if we were coming to the checkered flag, there's really nothing he could do. He could try to go to the outside and maybe try to win it, but without help, it would be very hard. So in this point, he's almost stuck to pushing that 87 and saying, hang on, I'm going to push you for everything I got. And hopefully maybe get him loose enough. Maybe he'll lose some momentum. You can get around him, but he can't go low. If he had some trucks behind him, he could go high. But again, got to have guys to go with you. Sometimes if you go high and the guy behind you don't, he stays low, he's going to get the draft on that low guy. And they say, boom. And I said these guys behind him are going to catch him. They keep racing back here. They're not.
No, yeah, they aren't tight enough. I mean, Tim's got nobody right on that bumper like he needs. Those guys racing side by side behind him. Doyle and Andy, they are just walking away. I mean, Doyle's doing a good job of just being the wingman right now. I mean, it's just perfect. He's a perfect goose right now.
You said it best. These guys are going to have to get lined up as long as they stay side by side, racing each other back here or staying off of each other. Yeah, the 2 up there, because their last lap was a 29 to their 74, 77s back there. So they're definitely losing time. They're losing a lot of time, but as long as they stay side by side like this, they're not going to catch old Patton and Lawrence up there.
No, this is one of those where, I mean, my old man, he would tell me the same thing, but he's just got to kind of swallow the pride a little bit, back out of the throttle. If those guys want to go, let them have it, fall in line, and I think that's what he's going to do here. And, if you're in the back of a 5-car pack, it doesn't matter if you're in the back or the lead of it. You just want to catch up to those guys. The mission's still the same.
It is. And you've still got time. I mean, unlike this track, and I know you mentioned 20 to go, to me, 20 in most of the tracks that I talk about, hey, it's go time, run what you brung at that point, business is picking up. This one, it's almost under 5 laps to go. Really, you're getting closer to about 2. This track is so big. You're not safe on the last lap. Many of last lap passes here have come in 3 and 4. We've seen real life racing, and I know your dad's seen many of them. Last lap, last 2-3 laps, guys coming from 14th, 15th place back, 10th place, and winning the race. It can happen so quick here just because this place is so huge. 2.55 miles, not the biggest. Talladega's at the 2.66, but still a huge track, and Bill Dunn, one of the first ones of that lap 11 pit stop coming on along with Roger Craig. I said before, they go about halfway, lap 24. I'm thinking these guys, you mentioned some green, white checkers there, Zach. I'm thinking of guys like here with Ed Harris, Dole, and Patton and them. I'm thinking they're probably going to maybe look around 28, 29. That way they can get away with that green, white checkered. And look at this. As soon as these guys got single file, they're closing these guys in up front. They ran 49.96 to their 47, and well, coming on pit road now. Never mind.
And I'm seeing a lot of guys, kind of looping it here, pulling into the pit. Some guys taking it too easy. I mean,
oh, and there you just said one. Who's that?
Yeah, this could be the dagger here. I mean, I don't want to jinx us, but we may not have another caution flag. I mean, if we're running around in 3 or 4 car groups, this has all the makings of going long and green here. And looking at the lap times, I mean, last time around, we got a couple guys. I mean, my pops, he got that big pool. He ran a 49.97.
Oh.
He was the only guy sub 50. And I mean, this is going to be interesting.
And I'm with you there, too. And I got to give my hands on top 5 have yet to pit. I like this. I would have thought they would have stayed out maybe a couple more laps, but he's coming in hot. I'm going to be surprised if that's close to a penalty there. Hopefully he got down to pit road speed. 55 mile an hour pit road speed, that's another thing. But he came in hot. So and a mental mistake. I got to touch on this real quick. Mental mistakes. I talk about it a lot, Zach. And in road racing, there's so much. But in oval racing like this, pit road is the number one area. And that right there is a perfect example. Overshooting your pits. Like you said, we've seen a lot of guys spinning on pit road. The number one area is pit road. And you're going to sit right here with this pit stop because he came in with what, Boyd L? He came in with, yeah.
And
and he got a penalty. Well, he got a penalty. Yep, he did. Yep. Yeah, I wasn't 100%, but he came in really, really hot and didn't get it slowed down before whoever he passed coming on pit road. And unfortunate right there, he got the stop and go or the penalty for speeding on pit road, plus overshooting the pit box. Man, he got the double whammy.
And, that can be all it needs to kind of stick the knife in your race. And I was talking about those small packs. I mean, look out front, Mark Osier and Terry Landis. Yep. It's a 2-car pack. Right behind them, a 2-car pack. Doyle Lawrence and Andy Patton. Right behind them, Joe. A 3-car pack. I mean, it's spread out. This may be what brings us home. I mean, it's a simple mistake. That's going to ruin your night.
And I will say, I guess if we're looking at the bright side of this, there's 2 seconds between them. Now, unfortunately, though, like the leaders out front, they ran a 36-35 to a 56 right behind them with Lawrence and Patton. We'll have to see what Billings and them run here when they come around for their lap and they cross the line. Just keep an eye on those between the 2 packs, between Landis and Osser, and Lawrence and Patton. And obviously, if Landis wins this race, he's going to win the Chocolate Wars. There is no other position in front. That last lap. Now, okay, the last lap, see it flipped. There was a 41-42 to 21-20. And I say that because there's only 1.7 seconds splitting them up here, Zach. So it's not like it's a lot. They can make that gap up and then get back to maybe a couple big packs, so to speak.
Yeah, I think 5th, 6th, and 7th right now, they're doing a good job of kind of getting in line. They're running consistently low 50s. Those are the guys I've kind of got my eye on. Mark Dillon, Ed Harris.
They ran an 01, didn't they? Man, they ran about 4 tenths faster, too. So I think here in the next couple laps, maybe about 3-4 laps, we should see
49 that time.
Night, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it might be before
they're
that.
moving and grooving. They are definitely okay. I was talking about 2 and 3 car packs. It's not going to stay like that for a long time. Not unless, Tim, he's running now with the leaders. You can see that 37, he is a lap down now. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up there and help Terry and Mark, but if he's going to have to do it quick if those guys want to hold them off.
Well, Chapman could right there. Anytime the 37, Chapman, he's right there on the back end. Obviously, being first one a lap down, he wants to stay in that position just in case a caution flies. If he's able to stay right there, he gets the lucky dog here tonight and get back on the lead lap. He'd get back on the lead lap anyways, but he'd be the first one definitely get back on the lead lap. And you're right with Lawrence right here. So now it's a 3 trucks up front. Lawrence still faster, but the 3 trucks back here way faster. Now they just got to make up a little bit of ground. They got to make up about 1.5 seconds. So it's going to take them. It's going to take them a few laps to get there, but I think if they keep going, they'll get there.
I think if you're Doyle and Andy too, running 3rd and 4th, you kind of got to suck up your pride here, Joe. You see those 3 trucks coming behind. You almost basically got to pull over. You don't want to slow those boys down. You want to get down behind them, get in line, and make it a 5-car pack because they are chug-a-lugging. They are coming quick.
Now let me go one step further on what you're saying right there, because a lot of guys make a mistake here with that. If those 3 trucks are dead fast enough to clear them, I'm all for it. But here's what I've seen happen. Guys get up there and they're fast, and let's say like where Billings is, he gets up there and he goes to the outside and wants to make the pass. He might be able to make it, but the other 2 get stuck. And then you're side by side. At that point, I would say it would have been more beneficial for Mark to have tucked up behind the guys behind him, and then they all, as a big pack, run down the guys up front and then go racing. Because I have seen it, but hey, look, it's racing sometimes,
Run 2 pitting, Joe.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. I don't think we're going to see the other ones pit because they pitted at 24-25. I don't think we're going to see these. They pitted a little earlier. I don't think we're going to see the top one, but I'm just thinking if I'm, especially at this point here, I don't think because Billings might make the pass. It's going to be the other 2 that's not going to be able to. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. Tucked up behind. Well, they caught that lap car probably right at the wrong time too, but I've seen a lot of times, Zach, guys just get up there and then they go blowing right by them, and even trying to get around Chapman here. Look, you can see what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. How Mark's able to get around and maybe the other one, but the last guy's having a struggle. And they're going to drop down. He loses the draft, and then boom. That's a perfect example. This is what I was speaking about. The last place guy got left out of that pack.
Yeah, and you could see, I'd be in my dad's ear right now if I was a spotter saying, "What are you doing, racing the 67 like that? Let him go around." Cujo probably not too happy, but maybe not going to complain because, as I was going to say here, if I'm the 2, if I'm the 28, or especially now the 67, Joe, do you maybe lift out of that throttle a little more? Do you try to save a little bit extra gas? You're right there on pace with the leaders. You already pit a lap later than Doyle and Andy. Try to go 2-3 laps longer than those guys this run. That could be the difference. Maybe only one more pit stop for those guys.
I will say the guy's in a better position right now. Lawrence is in a position where there is no lifting on his end. He is flat out, unless he gets up here and maybe drafts this lap car, but they're probably going to try to just go around it. He's in a position where he's got to be flat out. Andy Patton, just like you just mentioned, he's drafting. He can actually lean off that truck, and you can actually see it right there, look. They split those lap cars right here. He can actually back off a little bit, and you're actually seeing it. They're not tucked up on top on each other. He's saving more fuel than what Lawrence is out front. That's the benefit of the draft and positioning. Really, there's nothing that Lawrence can do. He can't say, well, Billings, let's try to switch positions, because if they do, guess what's going to happen? Then here comes Harris, here comes Billin and, here comes Cujo. They're going to come all right by him. So he's kind of stuck where he's at. Another flip side of that one is Lawrence and Patton pitted on lap 24. Billin and them all pitted on lap 25.
And now you see we're kind of starting to get a big pack again here. You see the front five, they're able to get back out in front. That 67 able to work underneath my old man. But here comes my pops with a big run back, and we got lap cars on the outside. And
I don't have a problem with this here. I know as a driver out there, you're like, man, the lap cars, you need to get out of the way. And there you go, there's the leaders coming in. Okay. But I'm not too bad. With 16 to go at this track, there's still a lot of racing.
Lost one of them. Andy Patton, he got in the wall. One of the leaders who came down pit road, him and Doyle Lawrence, they're going to be split up. And you know as well as I do, Joe, that's going to dagger that front group. They need to be stuck together, nose to tail.
Wow. Let's watch it one more time. They're coming on pit road. You saw Lawrence and Patton come on pit road. And all night long, these guys have had trouble getting on pit road, which is surprising because this is one of the easier ones to get on pit road and long. You can see it right there. And he just didn't get stopped. And then, and that little bit of damage right there. Yeah, well, he'll get a fast fix. But if he didn't have a fast fix and that kind of damage, his night's done. Aero plays a huge factor here. He might be done because he's not going to have no help.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem, the fact that they're split up now, and you don't want to wait up, but you almost have to there if you're the car who's ahead. I mean, you're going to drive around by yourself, and it's going to be a lonely ride down here in Daytona.
So Billin out front with Harris there with him, and you got Cujo there. Now there's some lap traffic in between, lap cars in between them, and at this point, like I say, hey, as long as those lap cars aren't doing anything erratic, aren't, up there racing wild, staying in line and, doing everything, I'm good with it. I know now, last lap, 2 to go, maybe 3 to go. If you're not on the lead lap by that point, yeah, as a lap car, it's probably time to move over and let those guys race because let's say like where Cujo is, he's in this back of this pack. He's looking at Harris, which is way up here in second. Well, he's got 3 trucks in between him and Harris. He would probably be like, unless one of you guys are going to help me draft to get up here to the front, I need to get up there to those guys. If we're looking at about 2 to go or so, or 3 to go. That's when I would be like, if I'm Cujo there going, that's when I'd probably start yelling over the mic, hey, okay. Well, never mind, he's coming on pit road. These guys fooled me. They had to pit again.
And those top guys, you can see the deuce of Mark Billin. He's got a big gap in between those other two, but the other two, they did a good job of staying together. That 67 and the 28, they'll be right there nose to tail. Mark Billin not going to be able to pull away from 2 cars. Oh, there we go. One of them just slipped in. Who was that? That was Ed Harris. He's got to back it up, straighten it out. We're going to have a 2-car pack up front.
Wow, Harris and Chapman, the same thing again. But now it's interesting. I'm looking at this right here. Lawrence is about to get freight trained by the man back here. Well, I was going to say Landis, but he's coming back on pit road again. So this is interesting. Because Mark Billin's going to come back out leading this race, and let me tell you why. Because Doyle Lawrence was all by himself. He had no drafting help. Harris back here with no drafting help. So Mark Billins and them was able to make their pit stop. You don't see that a lot. A lot of times they're not going to come back out in the lead, especially on the green flag stop. But Lawrence had no drafting help. He's running 51-second lap times, and in the pack we were running about 50 and 49. Wow. Talk about, I guess, luck of the draw there, or just pure out luck for Billin and Cujo.
Yeah, and I think if you're Cujo here, you ride around for what, 9 more laps, and
Yeah.
you make the pass for the win.
Well, you're
going
hoping
into
that
3
lap
on the final
car,
lap.
you would hope that lap car right there, I'm not sure who that is, could get up to your back bumper. I mean, you obviously
goes
can't
up.
take, you can't, obviously you can't take the chance of backing off and getting there because you don't know if you'll be able to get back up to Billings in time. But you're hoping that he hasn't lost the draft and maybe can pull up and then help you, because it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Zach. Coming to that last lap, turn 4 is where you're going to try to make, turn 3 and 4 is where you try to make that pass. Unless you can get Billings kind of moved up the track or out of the way a little bit, there's really not a lot Cujo can do other than hang on, I'm about to just push you hard around this track.
Yeah, as soon as I see the white flag wave, if I'm the 67, I let off the gas. I give that leader about an 0.8 of a second lead, and then I put it to the floor. I don't lift again the rest of the race until I see God or that checkered flag, Joe.
Well,
I go to the outside at the end of the backstretch, and I try to get enough of a lead there through 3 and 4 that Mark can't get a run at me. Oh, yellow flag.
Oh,
Everything
that's gonna
we said
change
is
it.
gone. Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
it is. Wow. Not sure.
Terry Landis.
Was it Landis?
He spun out. Yep,
Okay.
he spun out going on to pit road, it looks like.
Mm. Let's see what happened to him here. Ouch. Kind of a weird spin. I don't even know why he was coming on pit road, because he had just pitted.
Me either, unless maybe he had got a speeding penalty on the exit. I'm not too sure what happened, why he would have been coming down pit road again.
Yeah, because he had just come on pit road, yeah, like you said. Wow, okay, well, this one flips it on the lid here, because now everyone, and, under caution here, obviously you're gonna save a lot of fuel. You're going to have enough. I'm going to say if you're still back here, 10th, 12th on back, and if you got to get a wave around anyways, you might as well come on pit road, top off, just to make sure there's no green, white checkers. We're not going to quite hit one here. We would have to be closer to maybe around 6 to go with a caution come out before we hit our first green, white checker. Probably going to still have almost 6 to 5 laps when we go back green. Oh boy, everything we was talking about. Yeah, and look at this. Everybody, a lot of guys coming on pit road.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason not to. You may as well. I mean, you know as well as I do, Joe, here at a restrictor plate track, starting first is just like starting 10th. I mean,
it is.
Yeah, with that draft, it can all change in a matter of a backstretch. So you might as well just come in and get 4 fresh tires and let the Lord do his work down there.
And a lot of people, man, don't look at that, and they're thinking, man, I'm pitting, I'm already going to be in the. But like what you just said, here, woman. I mean, who was the first one that came in? Doyle Lawrence. Yeah, look, he's coming back out in 6th. So there you go. He really didn't lose a lot. Now, Bill and them up front are going to make it whether we have green, white checker. I mean, they pitted at lap 38. They've got plenty of fuel. Everybody has plenty of fuel. I guess here is just sake of pitting, I reckon. Just, hey, look, we pitted. The guys up front definitely are going to have enough to get past a green, white checker.
And now, I mean, not that I'm trying to wish this. I shouldn't even bring it up here because you know how commentator curses are. But, if this thing would get extended, if we would go 2 or 3 extra laps. If I'm GJ Boydell, he pitted on lap 36. Joe, that's going to be pretty close for Greg, your point leader. And I don't know if I would I maybe would have came down if I was Greg Boydell. Now, Pat Boyce, he wants this thing to go 6 or 7 extra laps because he just took the trip down pit road, and I mean, he'd be good to go. But man, if I'm Greg, I'm a little nervous here. You know, we re-rack, restack. I think we're good for about 2 or 3 more cautions before the end of this thing.
Let's hope it goes green. Yeah. And that's the thing, but that's the thing you have to think about, like you said. I mean, and that's, as of right now, he's probably good for 1 green flag scenario. If it goes to that 2, I'm like you, he's close. He's able to save some fuel here on the caution. That's really what's helping him too. Yeah, I mean, see Cranmer. Get back in line here, lining him up here a little bit. I mean, the longer we go on caution, it's definitely helping him. You know, because obviously you can clutch it, you can turn it off, but I've seen guys run out. I've seen it happen. You know, coming around, boom, you're gone.
Yeah, and I think he's almost, he's committed himself to that scenario, Joe. I think he might have to run it till it's dry here.
And that's another thing. You know, sometimes you commit. You're, what's that old saying? Made your bed, you got to lay in it. I've been fooled many a times. I'm sitting up here, there's no way that guy's going to make it on fuel. There's no way he's going to make it on fuel. And he makes it on fuel, and I'm going, what? How? How in the world? I mean, he's got a master fuel saving mode in that thing. Obviously, they've got telemetry that we don't get to see that tells them, you know, their fuel, all that stuff. But here we go. It's set to go back green here tonight. Bill Calder Memorial Race here tonight, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been an outstanding night here. We're at race number 3 here. I mean, these are tracks that Bill enjoyed and loved to race, the cars and the trucks out here. Pace cars in. But off the caution, Mark Billen up front, man, with old Joe Cujo there with it. Green flag. We're racing back at Daytona.
The outside line, they're real. Yeah, except the outside line, they're pretty strung out. You see the front guy, he's able to jump down, but is that Greg Boydell there stuck up top all by himself pretty much?
14 it is. And he's going to have some help. He's either going to want to get in front of that 17 there and drop down with the gap that they got, or he's going to have a massive amount of help. And actually, here comes Menno Andy Patton, too. I hadn't talked about him much tonight, but he's coming up in the mix here. And you see that Boydell, he has help with the 3 machines up there, and he might have some help with I don't know, thought about it. If you don't get up there soon, he's not going to be able to. Whoa! The last second he went.
Yeah, Ed Harris went up there, and he's stealing one out of your book, Joe. Heard you say that he likes the top side, so he's going to give it a shot here. We got 5 to go.
5 to go. You don't have to pass the guy coming to the line. You just got to get your nose out front in front of him. Many times coming to the line here at these plate track races, it is won by inches. And tonight can be the same thing. They're closing that gap just a little bit. Still 5 to go. I was talking before. You can see they're still keeping it spread out because this track is so low. 5 laps at this track is almost like 20 to 25 at a 1.5 mile. It's that big. It is huge. It takes so long to get around, and anything can happen in 1 lap around here. But now you got to be starting to think about, where do I need to be? Who do I need to work with? How do I need to get to that front? You see the second pack, but if you're back there and behind here, these guys, the 70 and the 152, you're probably thinking in your mind, okay, yeah, kind of stuck. What do I need to do? I've got 1 more lane. I could go 3 wide. Unlike a 17, he don't have another lane. He can't go anywhere.
And if you're GJ Boydell, you know, he's a smart racer. I don't know if he necessarily even cares about the podium at this point. You know, he knows Patrick Boyce and Bill Dunn, they're nowhere in the picture. They're way back there. He just wants this thing to stay green, and he's bringing home a championship. Oh, he gets a shot. He goes around.
Caution's going to fly. Wow. Oh, man. Heartbreak for Bordell. Watch it one more time up front, and that's just plate track racing right there in a nutshell.
And I think he blew up, Joe. He can't make it to pit road.
That's going to put us in our first green, white checkered. We're watching right here on the replay. Got a bump. Yeah, just a bad bump draft in the turn. And just caught the rear quarter. Doesn't take much here, and sent him around. And I was just about to look back. Our Landis and Olsen are close to each other, by the way. Landis is back in 15th. Olsen back there in the 18th spot. So that battle's not done between them. But let's look real quick. G.J. Boydell came in here with only a 2-point lead over Pat Boyce. As of right now, if this race was to end, I'm looking. Where's Dunn and well, Landis is off the pace. Dunn is off. So Boydell, if it ended now, would I would think would have enough to pull this off. Cujo, you do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At one point, he's 10 points back. Well, he's actually, excuse me. No, he's only. Oh no, Cujo could. Well, he's coming on pit road. Wow.
Oh no, he was just bluffing. He stayed out there.
So
he stayed out there.
All right,
I think
Cujo
you're right.
could
I think
pull
he
this
takes it over.
Cujo could pull this championship off. Where Boydell is, if Boydell, if it stays like it is, if my math is right, I'm not 100% on it, Cujo could pull off the championship here at the end. Because Boydell is way down in 19th. Dunn is down in 16th.
Mark Billen was 1 point behind Cujo, and Mark Billen's winning the race here.
And well, then
So it
you got to
actually
look
could
at
be Mark Billen.
It could be yeah. Let me see how far Billens is off.
This is wild. This is
well,
wild.
hold on. Okay, Billen, even though he'd win, actually it was he's one. You're right, 1 point off. Let's see. Let's calculate
This
it.
is
Now
crazy, Joe.
the problem with. Let me calculate here. He gets 100 points. I don't think I don't even know if there's bonus points. I'm not even going to calculate that in. 10 positions. He would be tied. No, he would actually win by 1 point. Mark Billen would, if it goes 1 point of position. Because right now he's 185 to 194. He would win if it ended right now. He would win the championship by 1 point. If my math is all correct and there's no bonus points or anything like that, penalty points. If everything goes by 1 point of position here, Zach, yeah, Billen would pull this thing off by 1 point.
Oh, and
he would be tied with Cujo, but I think the win would break the tiebreak.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think the win has to be the tiebreaker. And I should say, they have this set up to only go for 2 green-white checkers again.
Oh, man. Well, okay. Well, let me throw this down. And I know, Zach, you know, but for anybody that's new out there, real quick, we will go green. If a caution flies, we will line them back up, and we'll go green again. If they make it to the white flag, then the race is official. It's whoever makes it back. And we were talking about that earlier. They could wipe the whole field out, and again, whoever makes it back to the start-finish line. But there'll be no caution. Once the white flag flies, there is no more caution. So the first attempt here, we go green, the caution flies, we line it up, and we try it down. If a caution flies in the second attempt, the race is over. So that would be crucial for Cujo and Billen. So it's going to be interesting to see, because if any one of those two fall out of the top 2 positions, and Pat Boyce can stay in that top 10, Boyce is coming out of the championship out of here. So keep that in mind. That's how close this thing is coming in here. Now, again, I'm going off just 1 point of position. Now, I could be, it could be something surprise, but by going off of 1 point, Billin and Cujo have to stay where they're at. Pat Boyce actually could, he could worse. He could drop the 14th. That's as worst he could go. Or he could get better.
Yeah, this is it's crazy. We're 5 miles away from this thing being over, but it's so far away from being over, Joe. Anything can happen.
And just on the flip side, all Pat Boyce has to do is get about 2 more positions, and it don't matter what Billin and Cujo does at that point. He would win the championship. So it's really, Pat Boyce has a little bit in his hands, but here we go. Pace car's in. Green flag's about to fly. And this is going to be a wild one. You're probably going to see some side-by-side and 3 wide here, and you're going to start seeing them bunch this up a little bit. This textbook drafting I was talking about earlier, forget about it now. It's time. I'm telling you, hang on to it in front.
Yeah, I think they all put on their own set of boxing gloves there under that caution. It's time to get it on now.
Billin in trouble, too. He's got no help. He's got Lawrence coming up there, but they are still only 2 trucks compared to the whole freight train right behind them. Pat Boyce has moved up into the 9th place spot. He actually could get a few more positions
what
here.
What a shove on that outside, Joe. Look at it. That 88 is shoving, man.
And go Roger Craig. Craig going to win it. They make it to the white flag. It's official. Out of 4 to the tri-oval. You can see, man, Joe out front. Lawrence is there. White flag one more time. Zach, man, there you go. It won't matter at this point. Now, if you're Lawrence, the problem is you got no help. Is Osser going to go with you if you go to the outside? Because Craig's too far back. What do you do on this final turns here? And here comes Roger. Oh, he got shoveled to the outside. Here comes the 2.
Yeah, the 2's got to do something. I mean, he's got a chance to win this thing. He's got to make a big move here. He's going to shove that 88. Oh, man, there's a lot of bumping going into 3.
Yeah, I think Lawrence is committed to pushing Cujo unless he gets a massive help by somebody else. He is committed to pushing Cujo to the win. They're battling behind him, and that's what they want to see, them side by side. If Joe Cujo wins this race, well, never mind. He might not have because Pat Boyce just got a break. Coming to the line, Cujo's going to win it. Lawrence is going to come in second, Osser third. But here's the talking point. Pat Boyce, by that wreck right there, coming to the line, he was in 10th place. He moved straight up to 7th right off the bat. Wow.
I think that got him the championship by 1 point, Joe.
Yes, that's what I was about. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, he's going to lose a championship. Cujo's going to win it. The problem is, as soon as they went around, he jumped up like 2-3 positions.
Whew. And he did what he had to do. He just kept it straight, wrote it down there on the apron, stayed out of the BS, and man, that may have been enough. I'm going to be anxious to see this when they update it.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be wild. Roger's going to work on that. We're going to get a word with these guys, see if we can get them up here. I'm gonna bring up a second place guy because I'm trying to find Osser right fast, and let's get a word with him there, old Doyle Lawrence.
Doyle, Shaggy up here, brother. It has been a long time, man. Congratulations on we haven't got the updated points yet, but you may have pushed Cujo there to a championship. We don't know yet. He either got the championship or lost by 1 point. It's going to be close. Joe and I are the best at math, man, but a P2, how the hell are we feeling after that one?
Pretty good. I had a good run in the dirt race, the 305s, but just didn't work out on the last lap.
Yeah, we saw it, a little bit of contact there with Terry Landis, and we all know it, man, at Eldora, it can just be one little slip up, especially with 20 cars there left on the lead lap, and you can get sent to the tail there in a hurry. But this thing, man, I don't know if you sensed it there in the beginning. We had some early cautions, but we had a lot of green flag laps in. I mean, so much so that you guys had to pit there twice under green flag conditions, and it looked like it was, you were going to be one of the guys that had a chance to win that thing. Did you want it to stay green? Did you mind the caution at the end? I mean, what was your take on it?
Actually, the caution at the end, I was kind of hoping the 4 trucks in front of us had to pit, because I was thinking they were low on fuel, but they stayed out. So they had enough. So the last chance I had was just stay out on the outside and just push whoever was on the outside to the front. And that was Cujo.
Well, hey, man, you were committed to the guy, but did you think about being selfish at all, coming off before? Did you think about ducking that nose to the outside and sniffing for the lead? I know it had to be tough there being the wingman coming to the end.
Well, when you're running second, you always think about it. But I didn't want to wreck both of us and then either one of us not even make it to the start-finish line. So I just stayed behind Cujo. I just stayed committed with him, and I was pushing the hell out of him.
That's the type of guy you are, Doyle. You won't say it out loud, but I will for you, man. I know you're a first responder. You're always there to serve other people. And a P2, that's exactly what you did tonight, man. You served Cujo well. That was a hell of a job. Well fought, man. You got anybody you want to thank on the P2?
Yeah, I want to thank Joe for putting this on. This is a pretty awesome tribute to Bill. So this was awesome. It was great. I mean, I cannot believe just the response, the hearts that came out and put into this. So, and then you guys for broadcasting, I can go back and watch the broadcast and see what happened and listen to your intake on the, the debrief on everything. So it'll be interesting. So yeah, you guys, Bill, Roger and everybody else for putting this on. It was awesome.
Well, congratulations, man. Hell of a run. It was good to see you out on that racetrack. Shame you came up one spot short, man, but that was awesome to watch. Good luck here in the future, brother.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
There you go, man. That's old Doyle Lawrence, man, bringing her home, man, in second tonight. And, awesome run for him there. But, well, let's bring up the winner, man, Joe. And we've still not heard yet. I actually messaged Roger to see. He might still be doing the points. It's that close. It's that close.
I updated the website and can't get him to come back up. The points disappeared when I updated it. I'm trying to see it.
I think he's working. It's that close. We know it's close. But let's bring Joe up here. Let you get a word with him, and because he did win the race nonetheless.
Cujo, brother, normally I'm talking to you on a Wednesday night. Good to speak to you on a Tuesday, man. Picking up the win at Daytona. How are we feeling, brother?
I am totally blown away because I can't believe I just won the first annual Bill Calder Memorial. God bless him. God bless his family. And God bless you guys, man. You call one hell of a race, guys.
It was fun to watch out there.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Now, we don't know yet official on the championship. We know it's close. And I was just talking to Zach here. We just don't know who won. But, man, I know Zach. I'm sorry, Zach, man. I know you're going to ask, what was going through your mind on that last lap?
Oh, Doyle, don't fail me now, baby. He was the best pusher. There was a time when he could have made it in there and he gave me a break because it would have turned both of us. And all I was thinking was, come on, finish the line. I got this. Yeah, do it for Dale, baby.
Well, we got real quick, Zach. We did find out. Actually, we were way off. GJ Boydell pulled off the championship. 3-way tie for second. So that means, Joe, you were right there, probably in that tie for second. Wild
And that's
one,
all
man.
good.
Hey,
That's
boy,
all
I'll tell
good,
you,
buddy.
hey, man, look, getting the win here at Daytona. Zach, you got anything else for me?
No, man. I mean, I'm probably going to be talking to you tomorrow night. You're obviously one of the better guys there on Wednesday night, but the fact that you come in here and I mean, you had mentioned, this is all for Bill, and the fact that you can come over here, be part of a 3-way tie for second in what is our first of. I mean, hopefully this becomes many. We keep doing this for Bill. I mean, what does it mean for you, man? Getting 28 A+ drivers together for a big event like this, and you capping it off with a win, man. What's it mean to you?
It means everything. The year I've been through, I don't want to go into it, but losing my mom and everything, it's everything, Shaggy. It is everything. And can I say one thing? That's 6 super speedway wins this season, baby. 6, baby. I love both you guys, man. God bless you guys.
Oh,
A hell of a job, man. Can't wait to talk to you again. Congrats on capping the night, man, with a beautiful win. Can't wait to talk to you and hear that beautiful voice again. Hopefully it's tomorrow night, Cujo.
All right, Shaggy. God bless, brother.
there you go. Man,
too, Joe.
Hey, man, I tell you what, Joe, man, right there, man. Call him the Cujo, man. And real quick, we're going to check on something right fast. All right, folks, we got our official word here. GJ Boydell, there was a drop week involved in there, too, one of the drop races. And Boydell is going to eke this thing out, folks, by 2 points. Zach, 2 points, man. That's close. But let's bring him up, man. You want to get a word with him?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Who better than to win the first ever Bill Calder Memorial Trophy than the Ironman GJ Boydell, brother? First thing I'm going to ask, where are we going to put the trophy, my man?
I have a spot on a shelf beside me that I have a hat and a hero card that I had Christopher Bell sign for Bill. And it's gonna sit beside that because the family gave it back to me and wanted me to have it. So it's gonna go there, and I'm gonna go with Roger to present the check. So it'll probably go for a ride with us and get its picture taken there too.
Well, that is awesome, GJ. You know, I'd mentioned you in the beginning, and Roger too, but this is I don't think Roger would take offense to this or take shade to it. But man, Greg, from what I'd seen on Facebook, you know, obviously I'm down here in the States. I didn't get any firsthand account, but brother, you were pretty much there with him through everything, you know, taking him to appointments and doing all sorts of stuff. I can't imagine what this means to you, but if you could sum it up, man, winning this first, the first ever Bill Calder Memorial, man, what does it mean to you, man? What's it feel like?
It means the world, to be honest. I was just talking with Cujo there about it, and he didn't know I'd been through the whole 2 years with him. And at the same time, I had 4 herniated discs in my back that I was waiting to have surgery on. So I put that off while Bill was having chemo and surgery and stuff. So I can't really put it all into words. It's a hell of a trip. And I wouldn't want anybody to ever go through it by themselves. And of course, Bill's family lived a little distance away. So someone had to step up, and I was just that guy.
I'll tell you what, man. Greg, you're a literal angel, man. And the fact that I like to say I'm down here, nowhere near Bill. You know, I obviously can't do anything for the man, but for all you did for him, you know, I never got the chance to say thank you. I'd love to do that, Greg, man. And I'm going to try not to cry, but thank you for all you did for him. Just to, you know, make it a little bit more comforting at the end. And I mean, you were his literal best friend, and just being there for him through all the moments, it couldn't have been easy. I'm sure there were tears involved from both of you. And Greg, there's nobody I'd rather have win the first ever Bill Calder Memorial Trophy than you. And I'm so glad you get the chance to hold that thing. And I want a picture of you holding it whenever you get it in the mail. So hell of a job, Iron Man. And enjoy this one, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Just enjoy the hell out of it, man, for both of us.
I will. And I see Roger's here with us, and thank you to Roger for everything he did to put this together so quickly. And of course, Roger and Bill worked together for almost 38 years at what was then called DeFasco. So yeah, Roger was there for him too, and came to visit him in the hospice quite often. And you know, Bill just had so many friends, whether it was the people he worked with, whether it was people here on iRacing. You know, everybody was constantly sending thoughts and prayers to him, and we would have his phone, and we would open his phone up and put it on the TV in his room, and we would read him the stuff, and we would try and respond to people. The outpouring of love for the man was just, it was unmeasurable, to be quite honest.
Well, I love you, Greg, and once again, I can't stress how awesome it was, how you came there for the man, and I just hope and pray that, well, you know, nobody ever needs to do that for you, but God forbid if you know, your time of need is ever there, that people treat you the same way, because, man, you're a special person, and to be there for him like that, it says a lot about you, and you're the man, GJ. Enjoy this one, brother.
Thanks, I appreciate it, Zach, and Joe. Thanks for being here and helping out too, man.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate you on Tuesday nights. Guys like you and Zach chipping in and helping us out. We aren't a huge league on Monday or Tuesday nights, but we have our fun, and you know, these guys tried to show the world their best tonight. So, yeah.
And y'all did. And week in and week out, I was just telling Zach, I said, I love this league because of one being the retreads, and, you know, just seeing the older guys out here having fun. And he was talking about how Bill would come out and just have fun. I didn't know Bill like y'all did. And, but just being able to do this series has been an eye opener. And then watching you, I know you love plate track races, boy, Dale. I know you love dirt racing, but man, I know you can come out there and wheel them on those plate tracks. And, man, tonight, maybe the race didn't go the way you wanted, But man, that championship, man, makes you feel better.
Yeah, I'm not awesome at any one car, but I'm good at anything you can kind of put me in. So, you know, I mean, I've done everything from dirt to GT3 stuff with people. So it's nice to have that feeling of consistency, you know.
Well, man, I tell you what, again, just like Zach said, man, appreciate you, man, appreciate everybody here, and again, congratulations on that championship.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, again, Roger, thank you, sir, for doing this for Bill. I'm gonna finish off by saying this, that I didn't have a big brother growing up, okay? And Bill sort of became my big brother. And when I took him out to Weekend and stuff, there wasn't anybody gonna F with me if Bill was there. And the man was 6'3". So, you know, he's like, don't bug Greg. No, and just don't go there. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy he was.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah. I'll just jump in here and just I couldn't be happier for who won this championship. It's so appropriate, and the hours that Greg spent with Bill. They met through iRacing. I mean, they both live in Hamilton, but they met through iRacing. So iRacing is the magic that brought them together, and it's just again, like Greg says, the league's not big. We only had about 20. Just looking here to see how many unique drivers, 24 drivers, and we've raised over $1,200 from 24 drivers, and there's $295 in prize money, and I'm betting almost all of that will come back too. So we haven't made the final number yet. It's just going to be I've been so humbled by what the guys in this league have done, and it's certainly a measure of what Bill meant to people. But Joe, Zach, it was great to have you back in the saddle again, and it's and Joe's always Joe's the rock that's here all the time, and you guys put on a good show again tonight, and it was fun to have you both in here. So some great racing and a great event, and I just can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, you mentioned Bill's name, and I'm here any day of the week, brother. Never miss it.
That's
awesome.
What he did to people, that's for sure.
Awesome, man. Again, man, that's Boydell, man. Again, congratulations on that championship. And, Zach, man, appreciate you coming up here, man. It's been a while since me and you have been in the booth together with each other. And, it's funny. Again, didn't know Bill like y'all knew him, but knowing the league that he was in coast-to-coast racing here with Roger and all them, because, and I don't know if you know it, Zach, is I almost pretty much have started with the coast-to-coast league when almost from their conception on. It was close from that point. It was, Roger. Yeah, it's been that long. To be around that long and to know a lot of the drivers and whatnot, and then, like I say, to be able to be in the booth here, and then week in and week out to do the Retread series. I enjoy the series. I like how the setup is, and it's fun. That's why I was telling Zach of how it's more of a laid back style series, more of a fun series, more like what you say Bill would like. And it's been an awesome event. I don't know what else to say.
You said what Bill would like, and he would have liked this. Here I'm the old man in here. Joe, you've had brain cancer. Zach's got memory problems from his stroke, and Bill would be loving every minute of that. He was the guy that drove around. He was right-handed, and in his stroke he lost the use of his right hand, so he was racing left-handed. So he would have loved all the misfits up here tonight, and you guys put on a phenomenal show. So kudos to you guys.
I'll back at y'all, man. Zach, man, you got any final words? Because it was an awesome show. I can't say anything else. I mean, I had fun up here, calling it and just watching the different variables of racing and the racecraft we saw.
No, man, I think it was 3 great shows. They got capped off with, a green, white, checkered finish. The cherry on top there, Joe. I mean, who doesn't want that? And I think the big surprise there was Together, maybe we don't even have a full brain. We didn't know we were only counting 2 of the 3. So we had no idea that GJ, was still in play for the win. But
no.
He suckered us on that one and stole the trophy. And like Roger was saying, there's no better man. I think everybody would admit to that here who was in the race tonight. No more deserved driver who should bring home that trophy. So congratulations to Greg Boydell.
Well, for one last time, folks, there on the screen, that's the man we honor tonight, Bill Calder. We do it week in and week out with the Bill Calder Retread Series. That's what it's about. But tonight it was the Bill Calder Memorial. And for GJ Boydell and all the guys who won tonight, for myself and everyone here at the league, have a good night.